2 yards, they can get. See what I'm saying? So yeah, he give them 3 plays. 9 times out of 10, they going with that first play. Even if they say, "Oh, it's not there," I'm gonna go with it because that's what the coach said.
Oh, Didi, come here. You got Didi up there. Come here. Come stand right here, Didi. We've been trying to get Didi on the show forever. This is Didi, my friend, the doctor, who I killed off one time on the show.
Yeah, he killed me. How y'all doing?
Hey, but this is Didi, her and her husband. This is their spot. But Didi a season ticket holder. How long you had a season ticket?
Oh, I think 7 years now.
7 years.
And I told Didi the nightmare was over, right? And then the first game, Didi texted me, "Do you like street? Listen, just, you know what I'm saying?" When they started losing, they were Middle Tennessee. She was like, "Hey."
Oh, damn.
What's going on?
And then we lost Texas A&M. Then she just stopped texting me after the Duke game. But as a season ticket holder, somebody who's on the outside, you're just a fan because you get there all the time. You be like, "Street, you know us much. We just fans. We want to see them win, right?"
Right.
How do you feel when you be putting $1,000, whatever, how much the season tickets cost into the game, and they lose, and you sitting there with Chris?
I mean, it's hurtful.
Painful.
That's all I can say. Like
Painful.
you be mad, mad, you know, and he'll tell you, like, we talk about the season every year, and he'll be like, "They're gonna be better this year. They're gonna be better this year," and I'm like, "Bruh, I'm looking at you at the sideline. What is going on?"
Hey, baby,
You know what I'm saying?
We all say that.
he need to defer that to us. We drive 5 hours to come to the game.
See what I'm saying? That's what I be
We
trying to
ain't
tell
talking
you.
about hotel fare, food, liquor, strip clubs, whatever we do when we come down.
Hold on.
I'm just being funny. My wife right here.
Where your wife at? Can you take them strip club?
Hey, please.
You're not allowed to go strip club food? Snitching on yourself?
My wife right there. I'm just.
Hey creators, are you interested in learning how I made 408 trades in a row without a loss? Then I'm inviting you to my.
We're gonna go to a break. We're kicking FSU ass tomorrow. That's all. That's all you know.
You asked what the rivalry means, and I know a lot of people have asked me what is the U meant to me. The happiest day of my life was the birth of my son, who, by the way, his name is Kane. C-A-N-E. Kane. That's on his birth certificate, Kane. That's how much I love the fucking University of Miami. His name is Kane. In my wedding vows, I literally looked at my wife, and I know there's some women here. I told her, "You're the orange to my green. This is in my wedding vow. Hand to God, that's in my wedding vow." She's seen me cry once, and that was in the 2017 Florida State game. We're sitting there, and you know, anybody that knows me, I wear my heart on my sleeve when it comes to Miami. And all week, I'm telling people on the radio in Atlanta, I said, "This is my life. If we lose this game and it's 8 in a row in 2017, I don't want to come back to fucking work on Monday. I just don't." And they score to go up 20-17 with about a minute and a half to go. And I've got my head down and I'm doing like this. I'm like, I got a 4-hour drive back to Atlanta and I'm going to have to hear every day that we lost this goddamn game. And my wife looks at me, I promise. And she looks, she goes, "Y'all going to win." I said, "Man, we lost these son of a bitches 7 years in a row. They keep doing all this stuff to us." My best friend, Carnell, who I turned into a Miami fan, looks at me and he's like, "We ain't losing today." When Daryl Langham catches that pass, I promise, I don't cry for much of anything. And I'm boo-hoo crying. I'm a 48-year-old man. I'll be 48 next week. I'm a 40-something-year-old man. I'm boo-hoo crying. That's how much this rivalry means. I don't give a fuck if we're 2-6, 7-0, ranked number 1 or ranked 115. We can't lose to those son of a bitches tomorrow.
Welcome to South Florida. Yeah. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida, the bottom of the clip of the gunshine state. What them boys still voting in that way. Big plate, get it for the 18 if you straight. Get K and stop hating, it's the motto of the state. A lot of face, but it's still real around here. That foreign talk, that can get you killed down here. Niggas better learn the lingo, cause they'll be looking for you in that water finding Nemo. See, Palm Beach County be the craziest. Them Broward County niggas be the craziest. And them Dade County niggas be the wildest. Shout out to Bell Glaze and my niggas at Fort Myers.
All right. Enough of that. 786-459-499. If you want to call in, send us a text and we'll link you in. We're going to start calling it link in. We're going to link you in. 786-459-499. Send us a text and we're going to link you in. We'll get a few perspectives in here today. Talk about what happened yesterday, man. Miami gets blasted a lot to a little bit in front of a packed crowd. Great energy in that thing. We're gonna get into all of that. We're gonna see how I feel. If y'all hurt, y'all should be hurt, dog. I get it. 786-459-499. I'm gonna scroll it at the bottom. If you want to get down with IOD Squad, we got an IOD Squad meeting today. Well, a little huddle class where they ask questions. We talk about trading and we talk about crypto and stocks and things of that nature. So send us a text. You want to get down with IOD Squad, and also we're gonna pin the link in the top of the comment section. If you want to do something different with your money, bro, you want to get down, you want to do something different with your money, you're tired of buying weed for your girl, buying shoes, going back to work, paying bills, buying weed, buying shoes, going back to work, paying bills, buying shoes, getting a wig, throwing up a tussie, get a bonus, trick it off with this other chick, and then if you ticket that, dog, I can show you something else you can do with your money, dog. That'll help you out in the future. That's 786-459-499. I'm gonna pin the link in the top of the comment section, and we're gonna get into some football here. I got my boy KB in the back. I got my boy Rich, in the wings. If you want to call in and text in. If you want to text in, say street it's Amazon to buy. After I let these people bent, man, if y'all want to look at some charts, man, y'all give me some thumbs up. We can look at some charts, and I can tell you a few things that are about that is about. But that's y'all, man. People hurt. They want to hear. They want to see these people hurt today, man. They want to talk about football. We didn't want to get on last night because it was late. But yeah, man, that was a disaster. That was a disaster last night in front of a bunch of recruits. But y'all know how I feel about the recruiting thing. So, man, this right here I found, man. This from Kane's Universe on Instagram. This is funny, dog. I don't care what y'all say, dog. I thought they were funny, dog. I don't care what y'all say. I thought they were funny, dog. Check this out. I thought this was funny. I thought this was funny, dog.
You know, I'm in favor of execution. Maybe our entire team needs to be executed after tonight.
I thought they were funny, dog. I don't care what y'all say, dog. I thought they were funny, dog. I don't care what y'all say, dog. I thought that was funny, dog. Anybody else thought that was funny? Just me?
You know, I'm in favor of execution. Maybe our entire team needs to be executed after tonight. Get it poppin', why you so obsessed with me? Boy, I'm in favor of execution. Maybe.
All right, let's get this thing popping, man. I see y'all I done brought back the scarf. The Manny Diaz scarf. Well, it wasn't. This scarf ain't had nothing to do with Manny Diaz, but that's when I used to wear it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't had nothing to do with Manny Diaz. But I done brought that thing back. I see my football villains in the comment section, man. Football villains came. The video y'all was watching at the beginning, man, that was shot the other night. From the actual group meet, the live. Shout out to everybody who came out to the live, dog. Beautiful atmosphere, great food. If you in the comment section and you came to the live, man, let me know what you liked about the live show. Had Mike was there, he went off with all his passion. Had Brent right there, former I don't know, Brent right went to the NBA X, I don't know. Rich was there, Medi was there. The lady you saw, my homegirl, the Dr. Dee, that's the one I killed off on the show one time. I thought she got shot. At work. I had got word she got shot at work while I was live. and I actually she actually get to see how I act when if she was to die and it wasn't her, it was just somebody in the building where she was at. She's a doctor. We're gonna get her on the show, big Kane fan. They got a club, Ice Fire and Ice Lounge. I may see us doing more stuff there in the future. But that's what that is. That one we may put that one behind in the member group me. Shout out to the villains. We dropped something new in the member group me last night. Me and Medi. No, Eve show. You know Eve like a wild card. We couldn't meet negotiations with Eve. We couldn't meet the negotiations. Sap and Luke was supposed to came, you know what I'm saying? But I saw Sap yesterday at the game. He had some choice words how he feel about what he saw. Sap and Luke was supposed to came, but I had to get out of there. When I got out of there, I just deaded it. I didn't want them to show up without me. So I'm gonna bring my boy X in here. I'm gonna bring KB in here. X.
What's up?
What's going on, bro?
Nothing, man. Horrible week. Horrible Saturday.
Huh?
Horrible Saturday.
So this is how we're gonna start. We're gonna start. I'm finna give some stats, and then I'm gonna let you just tell what you thought about the game. Just the game, what you thought about it, and what you think is going on. After I give off these stats, I want to pull up. Let me see. I want to pull up where they give us first half notes, right? Just like things that happened that may be significant. They tell us who started. Van Dyke, Lasson started. Did Romello even play? Did anybody see Romello? Lasson, Brashard Smith, Jaleel Skinner started last night because I told you Jaleel Skinner was pissing the hissy fit at the last game. Offensive team individual notes. Tyler Van Dyke returned after missing last week's game in Virginia. Jakari Brown led the Hurricane with 5 first half rushes for 16 yards. Jakari was leading us in rushing with 16 yards in the first half. Restrepo had 2 catches for 25 yards. Those were our leaders in the first half. Defensive team individual notes. Corey Flagg led the Hurricane with 6 tackles in the first half. Did you know that, X?
Yeah, I mean, you know when they sent it to you, you sent it to me, and I was looking, I was like, I'm looking at the rushing yard, and I was like, damn, we really got like 30-something yards rushing. I think we had like maybe 70 yards in the first half total.
Here's the thing. Those stats was weird the whole game because they didn't have a bunch of stats. Like,
yeah, they didn't.
The quarterback was 12 for 10, like 200 yards at one point in the third, and they were up by like 30 points.
Yeah.
Those are mistakes. Those are mistakes. That's like you give. You know what I'm saying? Those are like you giving up the ball in your territory, because they had I don't know, they had maybe 300. Their stats didn't look crazy, but that score was crazy. I thought they were gonna put up 60x. Here we go. So here we go. DJ Ivy had his first interception of the season in the first half. Mitchell Goudier, shout out to Ed, man, best energy drink in the world on the planet. Mitchell Goudier was credited with 2 sacks for a loss, including 1 half sack, and that was only in the first half for Mitchell Goudier. That was only in the first half for Big Mitch. So, X-Dog, what did you think about the game? Like, what did you think about the game?
Okay, so man, when by the time I got upstairs into the suite, and when they got on the field right when the kickoff, it just looked like I'm just looking at the sidelines and I'm looking at the players. I'm like, man, something just not looking too good. But I'm like, maybe the team just a different type of hype. You know what I'm saying?
No, you see it. You see it.
Yeah.
It's like, I didn't want to say it because I didn't want to say anything to the villains and put them. But you see it. It's go ahead.
It's a UMFSU game, and you really supposed to be hyped about this game. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen this game go on for years, and even in both teams' downtime, players are hyped on the sideline. And it just looked like yesterday, man, they just was like, man, yeah, here we go. It just looked like when the other team scores, it's like the team just say, yeah, it's over, we done with.
Yeah. I don't know if they're taking on the persona of Mario. I don't know if the No Fun Police is out. I don't know, but you can see now when I saw the same thing at Texas A&M, and I saw the same thing when Alabama played Miami. Alabama looked like business-like. They looked business-like before the game. It wasn't a lot of fist pumping. It wasn't a lot of trash talking. They looked like they was here to take care of business. When Miami played against Texas A&M, Miami looked like they were there to take care of business. There's not a lot of emotion, dog. There's not a lot of people. They don't look hyped. They don't look like they're having fun. And I'm gonna get into that in a little bit, what I think it is, and I've said it before. But this is South Florida, bro. I mean, I'm not saying you got to be the team of the 80s. Nobody ain't got to be out there pop blocking. You know what I'm saying? But they should be having fun. That's how we play football. Mario can't change that. He was here for 3-4 years, right? Like, he saw it. He can't change that. You know what I'm saying? He can't change that. The fact that the way football is played down here is with enthusiasm. Maybe he wanted to play it in a different way, X.
I think the way Mario wants to create the culture is, that's why everybody keeps saying you got to have an overhaul of just a lot of the players maybe getting off the team and bringing in transfer portal team players and getting in your recruits, because he wants to create a strong physical toughness, kind of like how, from his playing days, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he realizes that I just ain't got that on his team, so a lot of the players, man, they want to have the fun, but Mario like, why we gonna have fun when y'all can't win? You know what I'm saying? So I guess it's like, we're not gonna have fun on the sideline. Y'all ain't winning, so.
Why we gonna have fun if y'all can't win?
Yeah, like I mean, no coach does not want his team to have fun, but you're not finna be on the sideline dancing and joking and laughing and doing all that when you getting throttled 45-3. So.
Right. No, I feel you though. I definitely.
And like I said yesterday, man, it just I don't know, man. When you look at the players, you can just see like, and it's. I know I could get a better look, like if I be on the sideline, but just from up there, I'm looking. I'm like, well, damn, man, it just don't look right.
No, you can see it. Your eyes are not fooling you, dog. You definitely can see it, dog.
I thought I was the only one that noticed it, but you been said it. You been said it, like sometimes they don't look right and stuff like that. But
right. And
then at the same time, I think a lot of the players, man, they like somebody told me this yesterday. Like, man, maybe if we'd have kept the turnover chain, maybe the players would be more motivated. And I was like, well, goddamn. Like, you telling me we need a turnover chain to get players motivated? Now, if that's the case, I don't want them on the team.
Nah. I don't know. I ain't buying that. So what you felt about the way they did the quarterbacks, X? Like, what was your thought process on that? What you think?
On that throw when TVD threw the ball and he fell, I knew his shoulder was done. I knew it because I seen how he threw the ball and I seen how his arm motion went. That's a quarterback. Like when your arm go through that circuit motion when you throw it, I seen like something was wrong. He's out the game. My whole thing was I said, okay, well, they gonna go with Jake. You gotta go with him. You know what I'm saying? You can't just put him in and he make a mistake and then you take him out. Now you put in the freshman quarterback. Jake morale is probably done now. Like I don't think Jake gonna have confidence anymore. You know what I'm saying? Until next year, maybe. So it's like that was horrible the way they did the quarterback situation.
What you think they're trying to accomplish, though?
I don't know.
Huh?
I have no idea.
Take a guess.
I know what they can't do the Ja'Cory Brown red shirt because he done played too many games already.
Oh, they ain't trying to red shirt him. Y'all ain't looking hard. Y'all ain't looking hard enough.
So it's like I think they trying to move forward with making the Ja'Cory teams.
I'm like, what? Y'all ain't looking hard enough. Don't look like they trying to red shirt him to me.
Yeah, no, I think they trying to move forward to saying, Ja'Cory is the future here. Especially if Josh Gad is going to be the offensive coordinator, Ja'Cory is going to be the future.
So you think it's possible Josh Gad can come back again, bro?
I don't know, man. After yesterday, two games and you couldn't score a touchdown. I've seen people get fired in one game. So 2 games, no touchdown.
Do you take in consideration what happened in both games? One, you had a first-time starter. Do you take that into consideration at all, or no? That's on him. Figure it out.
Yeah. It's you're offensive coordinator. You getting paid to do this.
Okay.
A touchdown. Come on, a touchdown is a touchdown. You can't. I mean, okay. Even if it wasn't yesterday, if Florida State was that much better than us, but the previous week we played against Virginia, a touchdown is a touchdown, man. You gotta score a touchdown in that game. You couldn't. Right. Then you come to the next game, you still can't score. It's like, man.
What you saying, like, man?
Man, look. And I was probably the only one that was taking up for Gaddis all season so far. Now I'm like, I ain't got nothing else to say.
You're not the only one. I've been taking up for him for the longest, for numerous reasons. And I explained it to the football villains. But on paper, he can't really argue what's on paper. Now, I don't think our problem started either end with Gaddis. Not crazy. You know what I see out there? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We wouldn't have stopped. We would have had to beat them 55-40 because we couldn't stop. We wouldn't stop them. We couldn't stop
them. Yeah, we weren't stopping them. The defense was I get with what. Okay, so it's a lot easier for me to get with what Kevin Stills is trying to do. I just think, again, and yeah, it got a lot to do with coaches, but then it still has a lot to do with the players still thinking their mindset is still on how they was previously coached. You know what I'm saying? And you know, sometimes I guess it's like dealing with a job. You know, you working and you learn something new, but you still go to your old ways sometimes.
Right.
So it's still like, you know, players still doing old things, and you're like, well, why? But hey, man, you got 3 more games, man, and now they talking about trying to make a bowl.
If you care about, I mean, I think I saw enough yesterday. Miami win is going to be in recruiting. I saw enough yesterday, and I get into that. KB, you here?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, StreamYard kicked me out. It wasn't me.
Oh, StreamYard kick you out. So I'm gonna get some stats, man. I'm gonna let you give your how you felt about the game, and then we could take some linking and some call in linking. Y'all 786-459-499. Send us a text, and we'll bring you on to talk if you wanna voice your opinion, ask us a question. I was there yesterday on the sideline chilling with Big Sap. Couple stats. Rushing, let me see. We got rushing. Passing. Jordan Travis was 10 for 12, 200 yards. 10 for 12, 200 yards. These people was up by 30 points. Rushing, they had Trey Brinson had 131 yards. I think a lot of that came in the second half. And Lawrence Tofield had 59 yards. Dog, we had some of the worst stats, dog, like real time. Like Ja'Cory Brown was 5 for 9, 37 yards. And he threw the ball. He actually gave me a little hope watching him throw the ball because he's gotten better at it. We saw what he could do with his feet. And I think as he get comfortable, I think he may be a glimmer of hope. I think Miami may see some semblance of a bright light, something positive in Ja'Cory Brown the next 2 games. Jake was 1 for 2 for 1 yard. The way they doing these quarterbacks, bro, like obviously Ja'Cory seems to have unseated Jake. And I'm just going to leave that there for now. Restrepo still 5 catches, 25 yards. Restrepo led us. Let me see total. I want to see total, y'all. I know this is bad, all bad. Total offense. They had 454. We had 188. We had 188 yards. Possession. They had the ball 31 minutes, and we had it for 28 minutes. Let me see how many. I told you these stats look kind of weird, man. They had 22 first downs. We had 13. They had 7 penalties. They had 3 penalties, and we had 1. What? That don't sound right. That don't sound right at all. 262 in here. Hit the like button for us, man. Hit the like button for us. KB, man, what you thought about the game and what you see, dog?
Oh Lord, boy, how much time y'all got? Oh my gosh. What I saw was I saw a lot of bad coaching, not just from that game, but just throughout the whole season and stuff. And I get we got some players that kind of go back to what they know and all that kind of stuff, but this team is just it's undisciplined. They don't look prepared. You can tell when you see that there's something wrong in the system. There's something wrong with the coaching. And that's what I saw. Like I hate when people just automatically. I think we were down 7-3 or 14-3. People, they quit. I'm like, what do you mean they quit? The game just started. These kids ain't quit. Just like, what y'all talking about? Like, you have to watch the game to understand that, dog. We're not prepared. Like, we weren't prepared for them running those counters. We didn't adjust to it either, but we certainly weren't prepared for it. Like, we came out pretty good. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I talk about coaching. He made the mistake on his own, but why is Corey Flagg in the game on 3rd and long again? And why is he back so damn deep? This is the second or third game we keep seeing that. And when you got a guy that's not doing something that he's not comfortable with, that's where those type of mistakes come from. I don't think he's not comfortable playing in space. Or maybe I'm not going to say he's not comfortable. He's definitely not adequate at doing it. So whatever instinct he had to hit the guy before the ball got there, whether he thought it was tipped or not, that comes from somebody that's not comfortable and not used to being back there and doing that. Never mind the point that he's way behind the play. I have no clue where he was supposed to be.
Right.
But it's like we just say, hey man, drop 20 yards and stop. But coach, the first down is 10 yards. Yeah, I know, just drop 20 yards. What the fuck? So, we just keep seeing things like that. We see the over rotations. I don't know, X, maybe you can tell me. I don't know who fault that was on that first touchdown, whether it was Ivy or Blades. But if it was Blades, I have a problem.
It looked like it was Blades' fault.
See, I have a problem. What was he doing out there? If you telling me James and Cam is healthy, what was Blades doing out there? Are we rotating that early, or did Blades start the game?
Yeah, they rotated early.
Well,
Why
James
would you rotate
and Cam,
that, dog? That's the first series, dog.
Well, James and Cam both was a little hurt.
They both dinged
up.
Yeah.
But they started, right?
Cam really not supposed to be playing, to be honest. But Cam probably gonna fight it out and play. Cam, he don't want to be on the sideline.
But my point is, they started, right? So if you sent them out there, what are you rotating? That's the very first series of the game. What are you rotating them out for already for? Them boys can't even get a feel for the game, can't even get a grip for the game. Like that doesn't make any sense. So we keep seeing a lot of coaching. The quarterback carousel was the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's horrible. I'm still like I think I don't know if it's Ponce or if it's Gaddis to say that it's one of them that needs to be asked. What was that about? Like, why would you do that?
Who do y'all think is sending the quarterbacks in? Gaddis on the sideline. Does Ponce have the right to send it can't be Ponce, right? Gaddis calling the plays, right?
Yeah, but it can sometimes it can't be the quarterback coach. If he feel like this other quarterback is better suited. But again, if Gaddis is on the sideline, then Gaddis is telling him to go in.
Right.
So, maybe Gaddis need to go back upstairs, because when he was upstairs, at least we was moving the ball. At least we was moving the ball. We couldn't score, but we was moving the ball.
Jakari moved the ball. And that goes to show you sometimes you just got a ball on the field, you know what I'm saying? That makes stuff happen.
Yeah, that goes
but
back
that's the thing, but that's what made it worse. I'm sorry, go ahead, X.
I would say that goes back to that quote that other news reporter said about him, talking about he would never play quarterback. And I'm like,
well, we knew that was trash.
But truth be told, I think Jakari, the team got to go forward with Jakari, because right now, even if you put Jake back in there, man, Jake just he's like, man, if I mess up, they're gonna take me out. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a disaster waiting to happen.
Man, we wanted to see Jake play, and we know everybody like Jake, but go ahead, finish. Go ahead, KB, because KB ain't finished, dog.
Come on, stream.
Oh, you breaking up? We can't hear you. Go back to where you was. But yeah, everybody like Jake. And we know the team like Jake and everything. We wanted to see Jake play. We saw Jake get in and put a spark in Middle Tennessee. Jake looked like he's thinking way too much. Kind of looked like how Tyler was thinking way too much. And with the thinking, look like Jake is once he get the thinking and want to make a play, like he doesn't hold the ball. He just throws the ball into the other team hand. Like he's like you don't. He just go ahead and make the bad play, and you can't and your quarterback can't beat that.
Yeah,
but something's not right there, dog. You see transfer portal and Jake Future, something's not right. Even the way they deal with him, so
remember earlier in the year, and I was saying like, okay, Josh Gaddis is getting all the blame. So now the quarterback situation, nobody is calling for Ponce. Nobody's blaming Ponce. Why are the quarterbacks looking this bad?
Like nobody ready to play, right?
Yeah, the quarterbacks didn't look bad last year. You know what I'm saying? If Lashley had the quarterbacks prepared and ready to play, even when we had bad games, okay, you still say, well, at least the quarterbacks, they doing their thing. This year, you like, well, damn, the quarterbacks just ain't doing nothing. Like, Tyler not looking ready, Jake not looking ready, Jacory. Okay, well, Jacory he's looking all right, but that's for now. You know what I'm saying? That's for now. It's just nobody's blaming Ponce on anything.
Right. If you're watching us on Twitter or Facebook, man, y'all come on over to YouTube. You're watching us on Twitter and Facebook. Y'all come on over to YouTube. No, dog, I agree. I'm with Rich. KB back in here. KB.
Yeah, stream y'all don't like me today.
Nah, you good. So you remember what you were saying?
Yeah. Talking about that quarterback carousel. This is the thing. You got to pick somebody. You can't yank the boys back and forth like that. That's number one. You got Jacory out there and you let him run 2 plays. You get a 3rd and long and you bring Jake in. I'm confused as to what type of success you thought you was going to have by doing that. Jake had only thrown, 1 or 2 passes even before that. Like, this boy got no rhythm, no groove, and you telling him to come in while we down and pick up a 3rd down. And then what if he would have picked up the 3rd down? What you was going to do, take him out again and let Jacory do the 1-2? Bro, you don't give yourself the element of surprise. You don't nothing. That was horrible. That was some elementary school type shit. I didn't understand. If you're going to go with Jacory, that's fine. I don't even think you should have done that. I should have think when TVD got hurt, you should have brought Jake in. I don't care if you would have went with Jacory. I don't really don't. But I think you should have just kept going with the line of succession that you have, because out of all the games that you do play, this is the game that you probably want to try to get. You need it for morale. You got guys that are going to be here for next year, and you need some type of momentum, right? So this is a game that I think I want to have. But even aside from all of that, I don't care what game it is, you don't do that. Matter of fact, when TVD went out the game with a non-contact injury, he shouldn't have been put back in the game. I don't understand why you did that. Obviously, okay, the shoulder ain't right. Let me just, for his protection and for the team's success, let's take him out. But again, nope, we brought him back in, wasted a whole nother series. Then we start flip-flopping the quarterbacks. And then it's like, so what do you, I don't understand how you do that to your quarterback. Even if you think that Jacory is the future, it's all about competition, right? So why am I going to run off 2 4-star quarterbacks like that? Why am I going to do that? We're going to battle this out and may the best man win. So I'm not going to do anything to jeopardize having, 2 extra 4-star quarterbacks on the team to fight this shit out. But the way it looked like, I feel like, man, we probably going to lose both of these damn quarterbacks after the season. And maybe they don't care. Maybe that's okay with them, but I just don't think that's what you're supposed to be doing.
You think we're going to lose which two? Which two?
Both TVD and Garcia.
TVD does
what do we? TVD probably transfers. He ain't going to the league. He'll get drafted, but that wouldn't be a smart decision to just go. I think he transfers. Pretty sure Jake going to transfer. Like, what's the point? Not saying I'm pretty sure. I'm sorry. I don't have any information, but I'm just looking at it from my optics. It's just like, bro, like, no, that wasn't it. That wasn't it, bro. You ain't even giving me a fair opportunity to win the job. You know what I'm saying? Like every time you put me in, it's on some humbug shit. We're behind or something or whatever, and then I'm just held to a high standard for what reason?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. I had a bad game the day, but dog, you got to let me work through this. But
right. No, I understand. So, X, You think TBD transfer?
If they come out and say, you know, they want Jake, not Jake, they want Ja'Cory, or they gonna move forward with Jake or Ja'Cory, yeah, transferring.
Yeah.
But again, he can go to the draft. You know, he'll probably be like a late draft pick. You know, because he's not a bad quarterback. It's just he's not comfortable with this offensive scheme.
Okay. So you think? All right. So listen,
he could transfer if they say they moving forward with Jake or Ja'Cory.
Right. I want y'all to understand this, man. What y'all saw yesterday, bro. Listen, I ain't making excuses for it. I'll be logical on what I think things look at in the big picture. You know what I'm saying? I was there yesterday. It was packed, and for Mario to put a product out there like that, he has a lot of cojones, which is balls. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure he also has his reasons, and it looked like he's put his foot down and say, man, from what I see, we finna do it this way. And he took a demolition truck and he's ran it into the goddamn house, and he's finna start from the foundation. You know what I'm saying? That's on him. That's on him. That's how he choose. That's how he's choosing to do it. But nobody's making no excuses for what y'all saw yesterday. I was on the sideline, bro. At some point, I just went up to the press box, man, and chill with Larry Bluestein, because I saw. So a lot of things we see, we talked about with the crew last night, but what I saw was that, oh no, bro, like this is over. So if you're coming in here, we're gonna bring a couple people in here to got some questions, voice their opinion. You don't have to be on video if you don't want to. All right, you don't have to be on video if you don't want to. But yeah, come in here. I'll give you maybe 2 or 3 minutes, man, and I'll let you voice your opinion or ask a question. What we think. Miami gets blasted. You know what I'm saying? The video y'all looking at is from the live show the other night. But Miami gets blasted in the rivalry game, and I thought the boy was gonna put up 60. So I'm gonna bring Trevor in here, man. We'll see what Trevor. Trevor, where you calling from, bro? Where you linking in from, Trevor?
I'm in Savannah, Georgia, man.
You in Savannah, Georgia?
Savannah, Georgia.
Savannah, Georgia?
Went to Carroll City. I'm a Miami guy.
Okay, so you grew up here?
Grew up here, yeah.
Talk to me.
The product on the field yesterday ain't no excuse from Mario on down, period. Bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, that carousel with them quarterbacks, don't understand that. I would tell you, my concern is bigger than that, though. My concern is, what does this do for the recruits that's coming in, seeing that kind of product? Right. And are they going to start, because nobody put pen to paper yet, they going to stick around, or are they kicking rocks and going someplace else? Okay. That's the biggest thing to me, because
we locked in with the recruits. We ain't got to worry about it.
Let him talk. Go on, let him talk. He hurt, dog. He in Georgia. Let him vent. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear him out.
Yeah, because
go ahead.
To me, the telltale sign is, if you ain't winning with these kids nowadays, they ain't coming to a losing program. Most of them. Now, hopefully, what we see is the incoming new recruits gonna stick to the program, because worst case scenario, we lose the rest of the games for the rest of the season. They still sticking, or are they kicking?
Right. That's the question.
That's what my biggest concern is. I would say 2 things I said from yesterday in my head. They needed to put a spy on Florida State quarterback, for one thing, the entire game, just the process of him being able to run. On the second side, I think I called Gaddis offensive plays the entire game, and I ain't even got to study Florida State defense. Just looking at his offense the entire season is so predictable. A defensive player ain't got to study too long to figure out what's the next play on the board.
Right.
Appreciate you taking the call, bro.
Okay, so listen, we're gonna answer your question. We appreciate you calling in, man. I understand your frustration, dog. I get it. I totally get it. I was there on the sideline watching it. You know what I'm saying? I understand your frustration, and it at the end of the day, it falls on Mario. Everybody want to say Gaddis. Some people say steal. This is what Mario choosing to rebuild the program. It starts with him.
hey, somebody got to right the ship, and he's the head coach. I ain't making no excuse for him at all.
Right.
The blame start with him. The blame ends with him. He the head coach. If he can't take the blame, if he wins, he take the credit. When you lose, you take the credit for that too. Somebody in charge.
100.
All right, bro. Appreciate it, Screen.
But right there on the screen, I put up there on the screen. That's Malik Bryant. I meant to tell you that. That's Malik Bryant, Trevor. During the game, Malik Bryant put this on Twitter. Malik Bryant, a 5-star X.
Well, they got him listed as a 4-star, but he's a high rated 4-star. But he's not the only one who did that. Like the number one tackle.
Class of 2023-24. This should motivate y'all. Let's fucking go, man.
Yeah,
that's the incoming recruits.
The number one offensive tackle said it yesterday. He said, "Man, I can't wait to get to Miami in January." Yeah, he ready to get to Miami right now. What's up, Kenzie, man? I see you, man. The homie from South Carolina showing love. Yeah, but
so listen, go ahead.
The recruits, I'm not worried about the recruits this year. This class, the recruits, the 20 we got, they ready. They ready to come in. I'm not. Yeah, Mario gonna recruit. We gonna recruit. That's not gonna be a problem. The thing is, getting the right players in so they can buy into what Mario want to do. And these are the recruits that he's getting.
All right, I would tell you, man. I got a sports store down here in Savannah, right? I'm dreading the rest of the day because I've been talking so much trash. I drank the Kool-Aid from day one, and today I might have paid the price. I already got 2 Florida State guys coming here. I want to close today because I don't want to face the heat that I'm about to get. But it is what it is.
Don't close, make that money. Don't you close.
All right. Appreciate it, guys. Appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot.
Nah, don't do that, man. Appreciate you, Trevor, man. But yeah, with the recruits, man, the regulars, y'all know, man. And listen, if you ain't here, man, hit the like button for us, man. We need them likes to get up. Let me see how many we got. We need them likes to get up. Hit the like button for us. The regulars, the regulars, y'all already know, bro. I talk about the recruiting all the time, right? Recruiting is a selling thing. It's a hustle thing. It's a making families feel comfortable thing. It's not necessarily wins and losses. It's not necessarily wins and losses. Antoine Jackson said that. You know what I'm saying? Now the winning teams, I mean, they have that's their edge. But recruiting is about selling and hustling and getting kids. And one thing I know they are doing, because I saw it yesterday. They are recruiting. One of their main focus is on who's coming in here next year. Oh, yes, it is. That's one of their main focuses. You know what I'm saying? And I say main, I mean main. Another thing too, these kids that are on the sideline now, these are bigger kids than we've seen in the past, bro. These are different type of recruits that we're hosting. And I'm not just talking 6'7", 6'8", 6'5". You know what I'm saying? These some big kids, dog. Unless they bring their uncles with them or something, huh?
Yeah, and I'm saying outside of the receivers, Robbie and Nathaniel Joseph, everybody else that we got committed is pretty big. Just look at all three. Look at the linebackers. We don't have to get them in here at 6'1", 190 and hope that they gain 30 pounds. They coming in at 6'2", 220, 6'3", 215, another 6'2", 225. Like, they coming in big already. Look at the offensive tackles. Look at the offensive line. We got, man, and you, not even just, Francis is big, but the Frank Tallulah guy is huge. him and Tommy Kinsler, those guys are huge, like huge.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Now we recruiting a different kid, bro. I've been on the sideline for a long time. I've been seeing these recruits for a long time. Now let me do this so I can get this off the screen. So listen, man, y'all hit the like button for us. If you're watching on Facebook and Twitter, y'all come on over on YouTube. We're gonna get off Facebook and Twitter. I'm gonna touch on this point so I can get this Johnny Law football villain. I can get this off the screen. This message, and we got Bree Lund in the background, and we got Trail in the background. They're gonna come in on asking questions. Johnny Law say, ain't no excuses. We just don't have enough gangsters on the field. A lot of them boys ain't about that life. I'm gonna tell y'all a story real fast. What y'all looking at is the Far West Jets. The Far West Jets are out of Arizona. The Far West Jets are from, I think they're from Arizona. Far West Jets used to show up in Pop Warner National Championship every year, with a 95% predominantly white team. They would have two black boys on their team. And they would come to Pop Warner, to Nationals, and sometimes they would win. They would beat our you know what I'm saying, our teams out of South Florida with all our talent. Even when they would lose, it would be competitive knockout, drag out games. I used to help our teams get film, and I remember, God bless the dead, Corey Smith told me Street. He had a team with Tim Burns. Man, don't make me start naming these kids. And he said, Street, if I didn't have film on them people probably would have beat us. The reason I'm saying this is because they was doing this with no gangsters. They would have one little black fast kid, and the rest will be a bunch of kids that knew where they supposed to be. They knew their assignment, and they were tough as nails, dog. It was like playing against some gremlins or something, dog. They fought, and they were like 12, 13, like 12, maybe 11-year-old kids, but they were so focused and brought into what the coaches was selling. They didn't care that they were playing against Gwen Cherry. They knew their assignments, what they were supposed to do, and they executed. They executed, and they executed, and they executed. So when we talk about gangsters, sometimes it is gangsters. Right? It is. Sometimes it is gangsters. But also, I think this game is kind of about systems. You know what I'm saying? It's about systems and coaching. And people buying into what the coach is selling. You could also win that way, though. You could also win that way. So I know we fall short when it comes to talent, but I don't need to get into the talent thing again, right? We start talking about the Coastal and us winning and Middle Tennessee and Duke. And yeah, we lost to Duke, dog. We just didn't show up in a rivalry game. So I'm gonna bring Breland in here, man. Breland, you got a question, bro?
Man, I ain't really got a question. I just got, I guess, a couple of things to say, really, because, you know what I'm saying, we don't kind of all said the same thing, man. So I ain't really got no question. I think the Gaddis thing, man, I think, unfortunately, and I want to say, I think he stays another year based on the fact of how long he's actually been there, when he got hired, the fact that the team is obliterated by injuries, and his excuse, but he can be able to say, look, I can't roll when I run because we don't have a line to run it. I don't have the players in here every week. I mean, every week I'm doing a shuffle on O-line, receiver, all that. I don't have it. So I think he stays another year, man. I'm not saying I love the idea because, again, a touchdown is a touchdown, man. I don't care if it's a garbage fourth quarter, 3 minutes left touchdown against the twos. A touchdown is a touchdown, man. You can't put a touchdown up that. As an OC, that's your job.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. If Josh Gaddis was in court and he had to argue for his job, it was on paper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Right. He'd have a hell of an argument. Yes, I understand exactly what you're saying, bro.
Exactly. I mean, and when it comes to the defense, I mean, I don't know what you can say because 45 points is 45 points. And that's what, 2-3 weeks in a row it's been the high. I mean, you can't really defend that either. I mean,
yeah, we couldn't stop. We couldn't stop them. Like we would have had to score, we would have had to go point for point with them.
Yeah.
We couldn't stop them.
And I mean,
when they decided to drop back and protect that boy, he had 5-6 seconds to pass the ball. Whenever they decided to do it,
Yeah, man. And I don't know how you defend that because, again, that's 2-3 teams in a row. Good defense pretty much down the field outside of Virginia game. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's a Virginia indictment on their OC and their players or if that's just us actively buying in, focusing up, and playing ball. I don't know. But outside of that game, I mean, again, same thing. If you go to court, not much you can say, bro. Everybody just running down your throat like you diarrhea, and it's not what you can do. So, I mean, I don't know. The quarterback thing, I have to agree with KP, man. As an ex-quarterback, man, you can't pull me after 2 plays, man. I can't get a rhythm. I can't figure out who doing what. Yeah, you watch film, but when you actually get on the field and say, okay, this cornerback playing inside, or this cornerback, he going to play catching. He going to, you know what I'm saying, turn his hips slow. That stuff you got to get a feel for during the game. You can't pull me in 2 plays and be like, well, you didn't get it done, and we're going to go to Curry now. It don't work like that. And I'm a Curry fan. I'm going to put that out there. I watched kid playing high school multiple times. Right. But again, you can't expect him to come in. He a third-string quarterback. How many snaps did he actually take in practice last week? I would say probably few to none. Because again, we trying to get TVD right and get Jake right behind him in case he does go down. So you asking him to come in and hey, perform. Okay, but this is my first snap running this plate ever. Whether it's practice, scout, whatever. I've never run this plate before. You asking me to come out and run it. You got to tell it what you got. Curry's a kid who's going to run the ball and is going to sling it. I mean, best comparison I can give you is probably a better running, little less throwing Josh Allen. Because his deep ball is out of there. He's going to sling it 60, 70 yards every time. And he's going to run the ball. Not a fast kid, but as you see, he's going to break some tackles and he's not slow. But again, you got to tailor it to him, especially when you're on your third quarterback. You can't expect him to come in and be TVD. And TVD struggled with it. And he took all the snaps. So at the end of the day, you got to adjust. And I don't know, man. I can't put it all on Gaddis because he don't have the players, but as an OC, you got to just with what you got. If I know, hey, look, we can't chuck the ball down the field, where are the draws, where are the screen, where are the bubble pad, where's that stuff to get my quarterback in a rhythm and get those positive plays so the defense is not putting their ears back and just rushing me. If you don't do that, then you are literally saying, okay, well, I'm going to accept whatever y'all do, and if it work, it worked. If it don't, then, you know, we'll throw something that's at the wall in 5 more minutes. And it seemed like that's what they did with the quarterback, basically. Okay, we're going to try this with Jake. It didn't work. Go ahead.
Where you calling from?
I'm in Orlando right now, man. I'm supposed to be in Vanderbilt with my high school team, but...
And what happened?
Man, life happened, man. I had my daughter this weekend, so I didn't want to take her to Vanderbilt and then Middle Tennessee. Should have been bored with 6 kids on a visit, man. So the kids went to Vanderbilt. I sat and watched the game, walking around Orlando in the Owl Blaze jersey. Florida State fans like, man, how you doing? I said, man, look. And for all the Florida State fans out there, we didn't call y'all when y'all was 4 and 455 last year. So if y'all want to call, remember this, man. Karma bad, bro. Karma bad. Because if Travis Hunter leave, boy, y'all look real bad behind him at quarterback. So y'all can sell it if y'all want to. But remember, when y'all was 4 and 455 the last 2-3 years, I wasn't calling y'all. I knew what it was. Y'all be back 2-3 years, but if that's how y'all want to play, that's how y'all want to play. And I'm going to say one last thing, and this is the part that maybe probably frustrated me the most. I don't understand the whole getting ran over by somebody, getting bombed on somebody, and oh man, good play and all that. Since when we become okay with performing bad and then congratulating the person who did it to you? Too many handshakes, too many tap on the head. Hey man, good play. This ain't practice, bro. This person ain't on the team with you. This supposed to be rivalry. This supposed to be somebody. And I get it. You know some of these dudes. We all played together, but bro, right now I don't know you. And I just feel like that really showed the mentality of the team, man. They're not almost locked in together. It's kind of like, okay, I'm doing me over here. And, you know, if I do me and we don't get it, well, I did me at least. But we all know football. If one person do the wrong thing, every time it's going to be exposed. But that's offense and defense, man. So it's just the mentality not there. So maybe we do need all the seniors who are there to leave and take the turnover chain and get a play and celebrate type ideology going to bring in that I made a play, it don't matter until we finish a drive. Then we'll go celebrate on the sideline. That was the difference in the old Miami teams. Yeah, they might celebrate, but they was all focused on the same thing. Yeah, I might do a first down celebration, but guess what? I'm getting right back in the play because we need another one. And it just seemed like sometimes, man, it's like, can I, get myself seen and do my little dance and okay, cool, I'm good now. No, we ain't good, bro. We still losing. The game ain't over.
All right, man. Appreciate you, dog.
All right, bro.
I totally understand everything you're saying, man. Appreciate you, man. That boy went off, man. That boy went for about 4 minutes straight. I'm hurt.
That was a good call. That was a good call. He brought some real interesting. That man brought us real interesting points and stuff. I
What you like? What you like about what he said? Which part?
X, what you said. X said that TVD had been taking the first string reps. He pointed out that if TVD taking the first string reps and Jake is behind him, what do you think? How prepared do you think Ja'Curry is going to be if he ain't even taking the reps all practice? You know what I'm saying? So
if
why
I had to take a street guess,
Jake?
If I had to take a street guess, Kyle,
I understand what you're gonna say. I get it, but still,
I think Ja'Curry takes more snaps in practice than we think.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think so.
But like he was saying, and this the part about Gaddis that you can't defend. A lot of people in here probably Dolphins fans, right? So aside from this offense that you're looking at, when's the last time you was excited about a Dolphins offense? Is when we ran the Wildcat. Why did we run the Wildcat? Because we couldn't get what we wanted to do. We couldn't get that shit going. So they scrapped that shit. They was just like, hey, look, we gonna try this. Channing Crowder always talk about this story. He said, man, when y'all do this in practice, we eat this shit, man. We finna get our head beat in. Nobody was ready for it. I'm not saying we need to find our Wildcat package, but we need to understand that what we doing is not working. There's no purpose to start this foundation if you're not gonna. These kids are not gonna be here next year anyway. That's your goal, right? You don't want them to be here. So why are we running this stuff? Why are we creating a foundation now for kids that's not going to even be here to run it a year or two from now? You need to find as an OC, and Mario needs to allow you to do this as an OC. Let's find something. The Dolphins found the gimmick that got them going. I'm not saying we need to find the gimmick, but like he was saying, it's your job as an OC to find something. I don't care if you can't pound it in for a yard. All right, if it's 3rd and 1 and we have to line up in the shotgun and go 5 wide, all right, whatever, do it. I don't care how you do it as long as you do it. But for some reason, we're not doing that. We just keep forcing shit on kids that's not going to be here and they're not responding well to the shit you're doing.
Right. So we got some more calls. We got Macho in the back. We got Trevor in the back. If this Macho, this is who I think it is. Ed, you finna say something?
Yeah, I was going to say something. I keep seeing people trying to make the comparison of LSU, USC, other programs. For one thing, I'm gonna tell y'all, you gotta start using your brain when you make these comparisons. UM was not spending money on football at all. LSU was spending money on football from the jump. Yeah. It's a lot easier for Brian Kelly to make that transition than Mario say, hey, these guys don't even got certain things at the school that I need.
Right.
So stop making that comparison, man. It's not as easy as you think it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we all upset about the season, but Mario really had to come in and change everything.
Right. On the surface, you can say, hey man, this coach took over for the first time, right? First time coach. They winning. You know what I'm saying? They look bad versus Florida State, and they winning. They just knocked off Alabama last night. Why we can't come in and win? LSU won the goddamn national championship 2 years ago. The national championship, dog. So that means they got to recruit off that the next year, right? We know all these SEC teams have been invested in their teams. Some of them have up years, some of them have down years. Look like Bama finna have a little down slide or something. But we know these SEC teams been invested into their teams. We can't lose sight of what we're talking about here. We're talking about a program that was running football after the fact. Basically, it was like, we got a football team over there. Now they're paying attention to it. You know what I'm saying? And they threw some money in it. 1 year. And people talking about Ruiz going to keep putting his money in that program. It ain't even been a full year that they've been investing into the program. Should the team look like this versus Duke? No. But I understand. I understand like what a rebuild look like when you tear some shit down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Why everybody on these?
Somebody say, Carl say, Macho, get back in here. I'm finna bring you in, bro. Carl say, LSU and Miami for the last 20 years, I like talking about goldfish and sharks. It's true. It's some truth. It's true. It's not. It's not the same. On the surface, it appears the same, just like they talk about Duke. On the surface, it appears the same, but it's not. I think, and I'm not, Mario ain't perfect, though. Kyle, we talked about it last night. We seeing some chinks in his armor, but I think he came in, hard-nosed dude. I told y'all, I gave you the villains. We went over the whole thing with the villains. I've had Rocco was my Cuban. I had a Cuban coach, Sergio Rocco, very hard, crazy, do it his way, fuss anybody else out. And I showed you Frank Martin, Shaky Rodriguez. I think he came in, hard-nosed dude, straight to the vest. We gonna do it my way. And it was like dropping a bomb in that locker room. And now they picking up the pieces. But he did it. And this is how he want to rebuild. So it's on him. If this is who I think it is, this should be good. Macho.
Hello, y'all can hear me?
You got a question?
Yeah, I got like multiple questions because I'm trying to ask like, what do y'all see on the
All
field?
right, okay, so Macho, wait up. First of all, we're gonna give you about 2 or 3 minutes. And where you calling from, big homie?
I'm from South Florida. I'm from Miramar area.
Oh, you from Miramar? I can throw a rock and hit you, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to ask like multiple questions because I'm trying to ask because y'all be on the practice field. So I'm trying to ask why they keep playing Latson, Redding. Those two boys are trash. I don't know why I keep seeing them on the field.
Latson and Redding,
yeah,
they started last night, right?
I believe Latson did. Redding been getting and Redding been getting playing time, but I don't see no production from them boys. Nothing whatsoever.
I think in the beginning, they played the guys they felt that they could trust for what reason. I don't think it had to do with any talent thing. I don't think it had to do with. I think they was playing the guys that they felt they could trust. Guys who understood the system. Yeah, that's what it seemed like to me. I don't think they're the most talented, but think about it. George was suspended. Rashard is just coming on as a wide receiver. Who? Let's go. Who we had? Restrepo was hurt, right? Let's go.
We got Keyshawn.
Keyshawn out there. I think Keyshawn's still learning how to be a wide receiver too, dog. I think.
Yeah, he's not fully healthy all the way.
No, he's not. He was limping around the field last game.
Yeah, he's not fully healthy. We just lost the other day. Watson, he transferred. Like
right. So Josh. Yeah. So Josh Gaddis is on record saying no. Josh Gaddis on not Josh Gaddis. Scrap that. Josh Gaddis did not say this. But I know for a fact that they don't have enough wide receivers in practice to go one-on-ones with the DBs. The walk-ons got to do helping.
What about Horton? Is Horton getting any?
Horton was suspended, right? Horton was suspended in the beginning, but we haven't seen Horton yet. Well, okay, we saw Horton in the Virginia game. Horton was out there, and Horton looks good in practice. But what does that mean, X? That means he's just not ready yet. He don't know the playbook.
Yeah, I think he's just not fully ready. Sometimes, because when we was at practice, sometimes you could hear Josh Gaddis. He'll yell at Horton. He'll be like, "Man, you're running the wrong route." And then by him saying that, it's like he want him to do it at like a certain angle. Like it was. I remember it was one time he's supposed to do like a post corner, and he was telling him to run it through the middle of the goal post. But he wasn't. He was running it to like the end of the goalpost on the left side. So he's like, that's not the right route. He wanted to, so it's things like that cost players playing time. When the coach say he wants you to do it this way, he's supposed to do it that way. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. I'm trying.
You got another question, bro?
I got another question with Flag. Why is Flag on the field? I see Wesley. I watch Wesley. Why Wesley not getting that much playing time over Flag?
Well, Flag led us in tackles in the first half. He led us in tackles in the first half. What do we say to that, big Macho? Macho, what do you say to that, Macho?
Wrong team, but Flag is like.
But what do you say to that? What do you say to that? 6 tackles in the first half. He led us in tackles. What do you say to that?
Repeat that one.
Huh? You can't hear me?
It's like it's good job, but it's like I can hear you now. It's
Okay.
like it's good job, but it's like the mistakes that he keep having just being slow feet. It is killing us. He can't do no QB spy. He can't do man coverage. So it's like the only thing he's good for is run stoppage. And it's like we barely can stop the run with that. And I would like to see Wesley with the playing time, okay? He is a young bull that over time, he's gonna show why we're recruiting him so highly.
We got the snap count, X. We got the snap count in those stats. No, I mean you saying the same thing KB said. KB don't
it's somewhere now.
Sometimes he don't like flag out there on certain plays. But like I said, he leading us in that like he the one tackling people. You got any more questions, Big Homie? Macho, you got any more questions? Are you good? Oh, Macho done dropped off. We got Trail in the back, man. We're gonna bring Trail in here. Well, we phone line lit this morning, huh? Trail.
Yeah, what's up, Street? Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. Sorry you back there for so long. Where you calling from, bro?
Nah, you good, bro. I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma, but I was raised in Opelika, in front of the P on 27th Avenue.
You lying?
Yeah. That's right. That's right, I raised. Yeah, I went to Pace for a minute, but then I ended up moving. Yeah. I went to Pace for a minute with Mario Sykes and all them was there. Yeah, I went there, then I ended up moving. No, but yo, this is my question, yo. Like, yo, this shit really scuffed my Timbs, my nigga. When I don't understand why the players don't get no blame. Like, these boys is getting paid now, my nigga. Like, and everybody want to blame Mario and the staff. My thing is this: Mario and that staff all them coaches has won all over the country and put many players in the NFL. I refuse to believe them boys come to Miami and all of a sudden they can't coach now. They don't know what plays to run. No, we are ass, my nigga. We went 7-5 last year. And when Mario came, we thought we were going to have this mass exodus of players leaving. Only a handful of players left. We still got the same players with a few transfer portals. We had the same squad. So I don't understand how people want this man to come there less than a year and work a miracle. Just because you pour syrup on shit don't make it pancakes, my nigga. Like, y'all got to get this man time. I don't understand why everybody think that we supposed to go out there and just whoop everybody just because Mario and Charlie Strong and all them boys came there in less than a year. Explain that to me, big homie.
Hey,
I think the fans, you got caught up in the hype. They just hired Coach Mario. He did good at Oregon. You paying him $8 million a year for 10 years. They went and got a good coaching staff, an expensive coaching staff. All of that got the hypes up immediately. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of well, we brought back the same team that we had last year that was 7-5. It just say, well, hey, if Manny Diaz went 7-5, maybe Mario could win 3 more games or 2 more games. You know what I'm saying? From that 7-5.
Even with the same players, though.
I'm just saying, that's their thought process. You know what I'm saying? But when you see the product get put on the field, you say, well, yeah, nah, it's not. It can't happen.
Yeah, and that's just like people keep saying you can't blame the kids. My nigga, these boys are getting paid now. They're not kids no more. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
Wait, one second. When you say they're getting paid, what you mean, Trill? Explain to me what you said when you say they're getting paid.
They are getting paid, meaning they are getting either NIL deals, all of them, regardless of how much they're getting. They are getting paid. I don't want to hear that kid shit no more, bro. I don't want to hear that. When I hear other fan bases complain about their squads, I never hear them say we can't blame the kids. It's only UM fans that always hear say we can't blame the player, we gotta blame the coach. That's bullshit, bro. Mario ain't out there jumping off sides. Mario ain't overthrowing people. Mario ain't dropping balls. Mario ain't busting coverages. I don't understand. Like, I don't understand that shit for the life of me. And people always be like, you can't blame the kid. And then they always saying South Florida. South Florida has the best talent at high school all over the world. But they don't do nothing, street. Nothing. Even them two boys who went to Texas A&M from Central, you don't hear from them. Brooks at Alabama, you don't hear from them. Like, so I don't understand what's the emphasis of South Florida, South Florida, South Florida. I feel you should recruit all over. I don't see nothing special, nothing different from a kid from Jersey, a California, then from South Florida to me. Like, this, I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna go. This is how I feel. You know how people say Miami fans live in the past or the 2000s and all? That's how I feel people in South Florida look at high school, bro. High school is not the same as when Willis McGahee was coming out or when Michael Irvin. Them not the same players to me. So when I hear people always saying South Florida, South Florida, South Florida, that always blows my mind. I'm like, it's more players than just South Florida, because I haven't seen a South Florida player since Davin Cook who really went out and did anything. Am I wrong?
Yeah, you're wrong right there. You're wrong right there.
Explain it to me. Explain
that. Trail head been in the sand like ostrich.
No. Listen. I watch y'all every day. Every day I watch y'all. So I definitely keep up. And I'm from that area. So I know the talent. I'm not saying that there's no talent. What I'm saying is all just like the dude James Williams. Everybody was talking about James Williams, this, that, and the man has not panned out. Who fault is that? Is that Mario's fault or is that his fault?
You think James Williams hasn't panned out?
This is my opinion. When James Williams come out, if James Williams would come out this year in the draft, he would not get drafted. That's just my opinion. He would be a free agent.
But thank God he got to be in college for 3 years.
Thank God for that.
No. The only reason I'm saying that is because me and Twan had this conversation the other day at the game last night. Like we thrust them players into action last year. Put the freshmen in. Remember?
Yeah.
Where they had time to develop.
Right, that's a fact.
Put the freshmen in. Okay, so now they're in there.
That's
one more year eligibility left. You know what I'm saying? But no, we did a whole show. Go check out my show when we did the show and we asked was James underrated like 2 weeks ago, okay? And we went through the whole list of every safety, the top 25 safeties that came out of college, that came out of high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
And did a where are they now?
Mm-hmm.
And go check that out, bro.
And
DM me when you check it out, because either those rankings are trash. Or either college football has changed so much with the transfer portal and with COVID that what you got is a backlog of players, right?
Right.
And some of the young kids haven't even had a chance to play. I'm talking about 5 stars.
Right. No,
in their second year and been played in 2 games. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm not saying you're wrong in that. This is my whole point of my call is.
I know what you're saying, bro.
When I hear people coming at the coaches, it baffles my mind, because I'm like, these men can coach. I refuse to believe that all of a sudden Josh Gaddis can't call plays. The man don't have the personnel. Our players suck. That's just it. He don't have the personnel to do anything. So when I hear people talking about the play calling, and he shouldn't have did this and they shouldn't have did that. Well, it's easy to say when you don't have the personnel. The man ain't been there but a year. And then last year, all you heard was last year offense ass. Last year got to go. Last year, not all of a sudden last year, but now that we got Gaddis, he had a bad year. Now last year was the best thing since sliced bread. That makes sense to me. Like all last year did was put a Band-Aid on our problem as a team. One read offense, throw that shit to Rambo. Hopefully he make a play. If not, throw it to Mike, and we'll call it a day. We didn't have no real playbook last year. We had 3 plays. That RPO, that running back when he go and toss it back to the running back, and he throw that shit to Mario on the sideline. That's the only plays we had last year. So to hear people come at Gaddis, who literally just won the best offensive coordinator award, is baffling to me. That shit blows my mind when people be like, we should have did, like, everybody want to play Monday morning quarterback like they know what the fuck is going on. Like, that blows my mind. Like, get a man time, let him get his squad in there, and we'll see where it goes. I just think people overreacting and crying over nothing to me, man. Like, that just blows my mind, man. I just want to say I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, brother. Y'all stay
Great
up,
call, man. Listen, there's a lot of energy, man. But I used to think like you. I did, because I used to think that college coaches wore the logo, got paid the big money, and they fucking knew it all. And I realized that they don't. You know what I'm saying? I used to think the same thing. No, them guys haven't forgot. Charlie Strong hasn't forgot how to coach linebackers. He instantly improved our linebacker room. Josh Gaddis is going to eventually be a head coach one day, I think. Still been coaching for 40 years. He's forgot more shit than than I can ever know. You know what I'm saying? They haven't forgot how to coach. That's not what it is. I once had AJ on here, Miami Central head coach, and I asked him, what is a good coach? Say, man, is a good coach is somebody who can get his kids to buy in what he's selling. He ain't saying about X's and O's. He's saying about cover twos. Get your players to buy in what you selling, like the Far West Jets. Appreciate the call, big homie. Kim.
All right, appreciate you.
We got Kim in the house, man. I love Kim. Probably sat down watching.
Okay, so Gaddis did call plays at Michigan. I don't know what y'all saying.
He did call the plays at Michigan. He did.
Yeah, he was a play caller at Michigan. Like,
we talked to some players. We talked to some players that actually played in Michigan. Kim, you here?
That's crazy.
Kim,
bro, you know that last call,
Go ahead, Kim.
he pretty much answered his own questions though.
He did.
Yeah.
Hey, fellas, can you hear me?
By comparison.
Oh, they go Kim.
Yeah,
They go Kim. Go ahead, Kim.
In the immortal words of Moore's Day in Purple Rain, how's the family? That's what it feels like. How's the family? I don't know. I don't know if this team can belt out Purple Rain to save their jobs at the club from Billy, but God, last night was an abomination. And I will say this, and I'm not placing blame on anybody. I don't think it's just one individual's fault. Right. But the intel that I'm getting, fellas, I don't know how much you can say. I'll say what I can. The makeup of this staff in about 3 to 4 months will be much different than it is now. Let's just leave it at that. But beyond that, it's not just the coaches.
Right.
I saw several players out there give probably the worst effort I've ever seen. There's certain plays that I looked at and I said, that guy right there, that guy's not trying. And I'm just telling you,
I'm pointing them out.
It was easy. You could see certain guys taking the easy way out. I've literally never seen a team quit after one pass interference play on the third play, and then we got beat on the deep post. I said, we're in trouble. You could just see it. We need a purge, guys. And I think your previous caller made a great point. We need to stop focusing in on just South Florida. We got to go national, because that is where Mario Cristobal his strength is right now, is having a national brand of him as a great recruiter. Let's bring players from all over the country. Let's get players who are not immersed or completely overtaken by this 7-on-7 culture. We need football players. I don't need spring football warriors. We need football players, guys that play with pads and helmets. But this team is not tough enough, and the low football IQ. I mean, yesterday defensively, we were misaligned, hitting the wrong gap, and then when you don't want to tackle, all of that came to a head. It's terrible. I don't know what else to say, but I will say this. I believe, from what I'm being told and what I know, there will be staff changes. Rest assured.
Before the season started, Kim, I said that at the end of the season, a lot of coaches are going, and it's just because, I mean, the mesh with Mario, the way Mario is, a lot of people are not going to jive with it. Some of these guys are leaving on their own. Yeah, Mario ain't just firing everybody. Some of the guys are leaving on their own. I think you're definitely right about that. Now I don't think XKB. I don't think we ever just focus on South Florida in recruiting. I think
that's not true, man. And the thing is, like, you know, when Carter was saying that, he didn't think about, he don't hear South Florida kids doing good at other programs. one of the best cornerbacks just was in college at Alabama, Patrick Surtain from South Florida.
No, I mean, no, he's just venting because you could just start naming kids, bro. Shamar Stewart starting at Texas A&M. Yeah, you could just start naming kids.
And that's the thing where when we say get the South Florida kid, we don't say just only recruit South Florida kids. We saying you got to get them kids that leave South Florida and go to other teams that play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Shamar Stewart, he's starting at Texas A&M. Dallas Turner, he's starting at Alabama. Corey Brooks, he's playing big time football at Alabama. Like it's so many kids around South Florida. We saying these are the kids we gotta keep home. You know what I'm saying? Marvin Jones at Georgia. What's the other one named Jackson? The one who's in
Keanu Jackson, Ohio State.
He's at Ohio State. We ain't even gonna talk about the recruits that's committed to Ohio State. Like, we gotta keep them kids home. Those are the ones we saying keep. You still recruit nationally, but keep the game changers home.
Right.
And we are.
Y'all hit the like button for us. Y'all hit the like button for us, man. Get the likes up for me, man. We appreciate y'all. We got a couple callers in the back. Devin, we're gonna bring you in here. 786-405-9499. If you ever thought about investing or getting into crypto or something like that, man, click the link in the description or just text us 786-405-9499 and say IOD Squad. We trade every day on the Discord. You can watch us and just copy us if you want to. There's a bunch of information in there about investing. If you ever thought about the market and crypto and all of this stuff. Kim, KB, you have something to say?
Well, here's the other thing.
Go ahead. Let Kim go. Kim the guest, KB.
Well, just real simply, guys. This is how bad and anemic our offense is. Someone just mentioned to me, Miami has 8 touchdowns in 7 games against Power 5 schools, which means that if you take away the opener where we scored 70, and then we scored 31 against Southern Miss, right?
Right.
That probably means we're averaging right around 10 to 12 points a game since that point. Just think about that. And even MTSU, we scored some points there. And I think one of those was a kick return from Keyshawn Smith. But this offense is the worst, and I think we have an issue. Obviously, the coaching staff has lost faith in Jake Garcia because now he seems to be the third quarterback.
Right.
I like Ja'Cory Brown in terms of athleticism, but he's so one-dimensional that I don't think he's ready to be an every-down quarterback. I don't know what we're going to do the rest of the year in terms of offense because that last 2 quarters without TVD, as banged up as he was, man, that was tough to watch. We looked like a version of Oklahoma in the 1980s with Jamel Holloway.
It was bad.
Wait a minute, KB. What you think about that?
Which part? The Ja'Cory or?
Yeah. Like what you saw out of Ja'Cory and the offense and what the offense looked like.
Oh, him saying that Ja'Cory is one-dimensional. We pigeonholed him the other day, and I don't understand why. If you're gonna go ahead and make this change, make it. Like, you pigeonholed the man. Let him. I'm not, and I agree with Kim. I don't know if he's ready. That's why I wanted to see Garcia come in and you continue to do your sprinkles with Ja'Cory to let him grow and develop. You know what I mean? Without putting him on the field. And sometimes you can stun the guy's growth by putting him out there too early, right? But
Kyle, I'm with you. I would run our base offense that has at least a threat. And again, I'm not saying anything more than a threat of a forward pass, intermediate passing game, maybe a deep shot here or there. And then on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, special packages, bring in the Ja'Cory cat. And then instead of just letting him hand off all the time, bootleg, waggle, play action, deep stuff of that nature. But do I think he's ready when we get the ball at the 25 after a touchback? Is he ready to lead this team on 8-play drives, 75 yards down the field, running our base offense? I don't think so. And there's another factor here, guys, and you guys deal with these high school kids all the time. They're very impressionable. And when I watch other teams across the country, I see systems where, like, if I'm an 18-year-old blue chipper, I'd be like, man, I want to play for that. Ooh, that seems fun. Love that system. You look in Miami last night. Oh, my – guys, be honest. We're all Miami fans. If you were a skill position player, top 200 player, would you want to play for that Miami offense you saw last night? Yes or no?
No, absolutely not.
No.
There we go. We're honest here. This is what we do. We bring the heat.
But okay, so let me get into that the Jake and Ja'Cory. I kind of agree. I think, I don't know how if Ja'Cory will be ready, but if I'm Mario and Josh Gaddis and Ponce, I say, well, look, we if TVD is done for the year, if he's done for the year, I think they say we move forward with Ja'Cory, because I just don't think Jake's head is like there.
Yeah, something not right there. Right.
Yeah, neither is his shoulder.
But that's two quarterbacks in a row. That's the starter and then your backup. How do we keep saying something's not mentally right with both of them? Like, what the hell is going on in that locker room?
I just said it. I say everybody putting the blame on Mario. Everybody putting the blame on Gaddis. Nobody's putting the blame on Ponce. Ponce, that's your quarterback room. You telling me none of your quarterbacks are ready? They head not in the game? None of them? Ponce, you the quarterback coach. What's up? What's going on?
I'm telling you, super confident as Jake. Super confident as Jake. All of a sudden, don't know who he is.
And the weird part about that is everybody's saying, man, let Ponce call plays. Wait a minute. Only one person get persecuted? Then Jesus had two people up there with him. Who Jesus had up there with him?
Oh, it was a couple. It was who was a bar? I forgot his name. There's some murderers up there and everything.
Wait a minute. We falling apart at the quarterback position and at the offensive line.
Yeah. But I wanted to say, I wanted to say earlier what the guy was saying. I was saying he answered his own question because we keep talking about this offense, correct? He was saying that Lashley put a Band-Aid over what the real problem is or whatever. Okay, cool. And you're also saying blame the kids. Okay, cool, right? So obviously you feel that we don't have, and this is in general. I'm not attacking him. He made a good call. But right. if these ain't the kids, I said it before. Why are we trying to build a foundation with these kids? Go ahead and put the other Band-Aid on there if that's what you feel. If you're saying Lashley put a Band-Aid on the real problem, okay, that's what Lashley was supposed to do. I'm here to win games. If I don't get the players I need or whatever, we're not going to get them. I'm here to win games. Let me fix it, right? And I don't like Lashley at all, honestly. But Gaddis, man, listen. Gaddis, that is your job as well, bro. Your job is to work with what you got and tailor your offense to what they can do instead of forcing what they cannot do. You know what I'm saying? And at some point in time, we also got to look at Mirrorball and Cristobal and say, your line ain't getting it done. I'm still waiting for you to cut your arm off because this is probably the weakest units that we got. So we keep looking at certain people and blaming certain people, like mainly one guy. You know what I'm saying? So we do have to look around, but at the same time, that one guy, it's correct though. You are the person in charge of the offense. I need you to score some touchdowns. I need you to get this thing going. I don't care how you do it. So I'm saying he answered his own question by saying he's trying to say it's all on the kids. But if you're saying Lashley is able to put a Band-Aid on this shit and score, why can't Gaddis? It's the same team, is it not? With a little bit of infusion of some better players here along, it's the same team.
Same team, different scheme.
But those guys, those playmakers ain't there though. Rambo ain't there.
Different thought process.
Rambo not
there. Man, that's one guy. TVD was still here. But TVD was still here. TVD was still here. And whatever y'all did with TVD, whether it's TVD fault or whoever, that was a major regression, right?
You had two women. You had Jared Williams, he's not here. What's the other O-lineman? Devon Donaldson, he's not here.
Wait, so X, hold on now.
Zion Nelson ain't play all year.
But X, you taking. But X, you taking. Hold on. But so now we got. But we also got. They didn't have Jakar last year for half the season. We don't have Jakar for most of the season, right? And are we going to take Jaren's production over? But we're gonna take Jaren's production over John Campbell's. Is it not about the same or better? Like, which one is it? We got Healthy Rivers.
Jared Williams is pretty good in pass coverage.
You don't get it, dog. That boy like,
I get it. I get the injury part. I do get it, but it's just not. No, bro. It's just not that big of a difference to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do it, bro. We don't got this far. With a Healthy Rivers, a healthy Campbell.
And that's the thing that everybody keep going crazy about. They saying, well, you know, it worked this way with Lashley. Okay, with Lashley was here, the offense was just pass happy. We couldn't run the ball for nothing. We can't run this shit because the offensive line is really beat up bad. No excuse for us not to be able to run still, but y'all miss, and that's Mario's thought process. Mario don't just want the offense to just be pass happy. He wants the offense to be a complete offense. He wants the defense to be a complete. He wants the team to be complete. That's why we didn't get.
But you ain't got the players.
You get Lane Kiffin, all you get is offense. You know what I'm saying?
But X, if we ain't got the players, X, do we go through 10 games just doing the same old shit, knowing we ain't got the players?
Okay, so basically, what you're saying is you want to make Mario change up the way he coached?
No, I want to adjust to. I want to adjust to the personnel and figure some of this shit out. If these guys ain't gonna be here anyway for the long term, you can't get through the season on a better note than what you're doing. Like what? Like what I'm saying, X, is what is the purpose of what we're doing, right? We didn't go full nuclear winter like Kim was saying. We didn't just bench everybody and play all the young guys. We still rolling with these same starters, some of these same incumbents, some of these same guys we wanted going last year. Like, what are you trying to do? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what are you trying to do? If you're not gonna put the Band-Aid and make the season look bearable, you know what I'm saying? This shit is excusable if you bench everybody and just play the youngsters. Nobody cares anymore then, but you're not even doing that. So it's kind of like, X, we don't know where we going. The same way with the quarterback carousel. We don't know what we want to do. Like, you got to pick a direction and roll with it. That's my biggest frustration right now. Like, what are we doing?
Hold on. Devin, you've been sitting in the back for a while. Let's see if Devin went to sleep. He probably watching.
Yeah, I'm here.
Devin, what's going on? You got where you calling from, bro?
I'm calling from Miami, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
0-0 for the Dolphins and the.
So what I want to know is, I think our problem is systematically, man. I think Josh Gaddis, I think we need to play with a little bit more tempo. We got to help the kids out. We not really helping the kids out, man. Like last year with Lashley, we playing with tempo. The ball getting out of Tyler's hand faster, quicker. You got to help the quarterback out, whether you got the players or not. You got to be able to move the ball. You got to score points. If you can't score points, that's an issue. I don't think Josh Gad is the best coach. I think they actually could have done better, but systematically, I don't know. Offense and defense, something got to change. Something got to change. And I think they do have favorites like Redding. He sucked. He's sorry. He's sorry as hell.
Damn, jeez, harsh there.
He's sorry. He's sorry, man.
That's how you really feel, dog.
If you watch football, you can see he's sorry. We got talent, but we got to help the players systematically. We got to. If we don't do that, it's gonna always be an issue. The O-line not as good, so you got to get the ball out your hands quicker. And then we don't play on no tempo. Tempo gonna help you because it's gonna get the defense tired. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't do that, we gonna have an issue for a long time. I think he got to get rid of Josh Gaddis.
You think he has to?
I think he have to. Because this how I feel. At Michigan, if you look at Michigan offense from last year and look at UM offense from this year, they kind of doing the same thing. But we don't have the same type of players. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be able, we gotta play the odd players. We don't have those type of players. We can't hike the ball at 10 seconds left.
Line. Remember, Michigan's offensive line won the Joe Moore Award for being the best offensive line unit across the board. But I think Kyle makes a good point. Look, we're not expecting to be the 1999 Rams, but an average college offense nowadays should be able to score at least 24 to 27 points a game. We're not even getting close to that. That's the issue.
Right.
I'm not asking for 2001 Miami.
Right.
And you talk about the evolution of a coach, or does a coach change? If you go to what Nick Saban was running on both sides of the ball 10 years ago to now, he evolved. He changed because he had to adapt to the spread and tempo. That's what a good coach does.
Absolutely. And that's what I think our problem is. Josh Gaddis haven't adapt. We not Wisconsin, man. We not just lining up off the ball and blowing people off the ball. We don't have those type of guys. We don't have those type of guys. So we need to a good coach adjusts his system to the players, not try to make the players adjust to his system. We got to work with what we got.
Streeter, what did I tell you a few months ago? I said no matter what Gaddis runs, his job has to be to run a TVD-friendly offense. He failed in that regard. I got to tell you, bringing back TVD yesterday after he first got out of the game, I thought was completely irresponsible. I just think that was unfair. And I'm not the biggest TVD fan. I think his body language and his facial expressions aren't really good for a leader. But when they brought him back in, I said, what are we doing? This is not even fair to the kid. Honestly.
I think we've seen Josh Gaddis run a TVD-friendly offense. I think we saw when they switched and TVD threw for a couple yards in those few games. I think we've seen Josh Gaddis turn into a lot of things this year. But also, we only see Josh Gaddis and we know he's the offensive coordinator. I think there's a lot of influence come from Mario on what they want to, what they're running. I don't think it's just Josh Gaddis deciding what they want to run.
Sorry to cut you off. Last thing though, why I think Josh Gaddis is not a good coach, man. The first 3 to 4 games, we ran a flea flicker every game. How? Against nobody's. How? A good coach not doing that, man. A good coach not running a flea flicker his first 3 games. How?
Hey,
where they do that at?
Come on. Vince Lombardi had the power sweep. Gaddis has the flea flicker.
Man, that's crazy. A good coach gonna find a way to move the ball. You got to do a flea flicker to move the ball, and you supposed to run a flea flicker when your offense getting some push when your running game going. But we ain't even doing that, and we doing flea flickers.
If our offense was better, right? If our offense was better, right? Would we be winning? Would we have won that game last night?
I think it's more competitive because your offense helped the defense, right? And I think it's a momentum shift. Also, we home. We get the crowd. You know what I'm saying? The players start playing better. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I think you dictate the game more when you do score points. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you look at Alabama and LSU came back because of that momentum. You know what I'm saying? They juiced their players up. That momentum juiced their players up.
Right. No, I'm just asking because what I see, bro, and what I know and what I see, Josh Gaddis is not doing a great job. The offensive line not doing a great job. Last night, I think we stopped FSU one time out of their first 4 drives. Once. We wasn't stopping them at all last night.
Right.
I think there's a lot of I think so what I see is it's a problem. It's a full problem. Like it's a bigger problem. Like we've been talk about the energy and why they don't be fired up and all of that stuff. It's a lot going on in behind the scenes, bro, that we don't see. Like there's a reason why they're handling Jake the way they're handling Jake. I'm not crazy. You know what I'm saying? I've talked to enough people, put pieces together. It's a reason. So we could point at Gaddis or we could point at Mirabal, but we don't never say Mirabal name. We could point at punts. We could point at Steele last night. Defense didn't play well last night. But bro, I mean the problem is under an umbrella. And Gaddis
it's everything. It's everything. It's what you call a complete systemic breakdown.
Yeah.
But the issue is, I think the most alarming thing is forget players, forget systems, forget coaching. The one thing, and you know this, guys, we've all played sports. You know the one thing you should never have to coach is effort. I'm telling you guys,
right?
Watch that game again. That effort was alarmingly bad. It really was. I've never seen a team quit after 3 games because of a PI call.
Oh, you saw it, right? You saw it. We were fired up, 3 and out. They gave the boys them ball back. That was it. That was it.
Yeah.
That was it.
And the other thing is I want to talk about football IQ. Now, look, that second PI was a PI. Tyreek Stevenson, he mugged Johnny Wilson. That was a good call. But here's the thing that bothers me, and it really shouldn't, but it does. So Cam Kitchens intercepts the ball at like the 9.5 yard line inside the end zone.
And he
tries to run it out and he gets to the 1. I'm like, you know what? Why didn't you just take Anita? And again, I know the play was nullified. It's these little things where I see a lack of football IQ. And Cam's one of our smartest guys. Cam, You're not Deion Sanders. Just take the damn touchback. I'm just telling you, we need to have an infusion of football intelligence, not just physical prowess into the program. This thing is deep rooted, the problems we have.
And another thing,
I think Cam. Oh, go ahead, bro. You can call. You got it. Run it.
No, me.
Yeah. You
Oh,
go ahead.
No. Another thing, just to add on to what he said, I think we not fundamentally sound at all.
Nope.
At all. We have no discipline, and we don't tackle. Every run that they ran was about 7 yards a pop. We don't tackle in open field. And I think still on the defensive side, we playing too many DBs at one time. They trying to find a way to get 7 on the field, 0, 15, 24. them too many guys, man. Play your guys. Get your guys and play your guys. You know what I'm saying? Get your guys and play your guys. If you look at any good defensive team, no matter where it was, what era, they guys is they guys. Everybody can't go. Everybody can't play. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get your guys and you gotta play your guys.
Right. Hit the like button for us, man. We got 300 people in here right now. I need 300 likes. So hit the like button for us. No, you're right, bro. I mean, that rotation has been crazy on the defense. But X, do y'all, X, Kim, KB, do y'all think it has anything to do with the offenses and the plays that these offenses are playing now? Because still seems to think that he needs these fresh players in the game at all time, no matter what the numbers is.
Well, yeah, especially if you playing against a team that goes up tempo. Yeah, you need fresh players, especially if a team is saying they doing like 80, 85 plays a game. That's a lot of plays. Just imagine your 11 starters on the field for 85 plays. They gonna be dead at the end of the game. They gonna be dead with 5 minutes left in the game. So that's why the rotation. That's why he does that. And then he wants them to stay healthy for the season when you have a long season like that. You know what I'm saying? So. I understand it. I mean, obviously you wouldn't want it. I just think he should cut down to, at least give certain players like, okay, well, you're going to do 40 at least per game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You'll do 30 per game, stuff like that. All this 15 per game, that's like, what? LT only play 15 plays? Like, hold on, no. How? Is that even possible?
And
you know
I got a question for you, X. So what about on the offensive side? So you mean to tell me a traditional offense play 8 receivers a game or like that's not how that go. That's not how that go. We know football. That's not how that go, man. How? When your guys gonna get going? You know,
especially when you're just going 3 and out.
Bingo.
Let's be honest. It's not like we run that many plays. I mean,
yeah.
The thing is, in terms of the rotations, why not just start doing the rotations more starting after the second or third quarter? I don't think any football player that's in any type of shape is going to get tired after the second or third drive. Thank
you. I said that, man. They were talking about that in the group me during the game. Oh, these boys tired. These boys man, it's 8 minutes left in the first quarter.
Kyle,
what are you talking
tired
about?
Of playing football. What did I say about a month ago? I said a month ago, guys, I've gotten a lot of things wrong, but I got this right. We have to find guys that actually want to play the game of football. And you know what, guys? There are people inside that building, I know for a fact, they agree with me. I know it's a terrible thing to say. How can you say these kids don't love football? No. They love what football brings to them. They love the status that it brings to them. They love the ancillary benefits of being a Miami. They don't love football. They don't love.
But you also have to have somebody that's not going to suck the football love out of them. That can happen. I don't care how much you love anything. You look at Ja'Cory Harris. Nobody can tell me he don't love football. And you look at him today, and that boy don't want to coach. He don't want to do nothing.
No, that's
true. He don't want to do nothing.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. It's what? How many players on the team? 80?
We have an 85 scholarship limit, but I don't think we're at 85 though.
Yeah, we way below 85. We like 70, and to be honest, we really only got maybe 60 healthy, and I might be overshooting the number because we really. When I put the list out about players who've been hurt on offense alone, it was like almost 18 players.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot went wrong this year, X. A lot went wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know if Josh Gaddis. I don't think he stayed. I think
he's going to go get a head coaching job. I think he's going to go get a head coaching job.
Yeah, I don't think he stayed either way. This right here was cool. I thought before the game, me and Sapp was shooting it up there. He saw Randy Shannon. He walked in the middle of Randy Shannon. Well, first of all, Byron Lamb, $4.99. Shout out to you, man. I live in Tallahassee. This is going to be a hell of a next 365 days. Yeah, I feel you, dog. Shout out to you with the donation, man. Appreciate you. Warren Sapp walks up. He walks up to Randy Shannon in the middle of him. Pre-game drills and dap them up, and then Randy getting his players ready and stuff. Them was UM pants Warren Sapp had on. Them things were hard as hell. Had a UM logo on it. And as soon as Randy's drills was over, Randy ran up to Warren Sapp, man, and gave him the biggest hug, dog. Like Randy's with the ops because he got to take care of his kids, man. But I think deep down inside, man, Randy's always a king, bro. That's where it started at. He always a Miami dude. I saw him last night after the game. A few things, man. Let me see. That was a cool picture before the game. Did Romello play that? See, there go. See them where he got them pants from X? Dang, nice.
That's something
special. Like he just played 18 holes.
Y'all just gotta say like he got that playing golf.
Them things fly, ain't they? I like them things. I was like, damn, dog. But that's my boy, man. There's Randy. But dog,
I got a question.
I got a text this morning. Go ahead, bro.
Where do you think our biggest problem is? Where do you think our biggest problem lie?
No, bro, our problem. I'm finna sum it up for you right now. Here we go. I got a text this morning, right? And it said, man, we don't hit rock bottom. Somebody actually asked Randy last night. Asked Mario last night about rock bottom. Is this rock bottom, right? I believe when we look at these things that we just don't remember things. Like when people are short-sighted. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't remember things. Like in 2019, Syracuse beat us what, Kim? 65 to what?
It was 66-13. It was Donovan McNabb's senior day.
Yeah, Donovan McNabb senior. Yeah, they blew us out.
Donovan McNabb senior day. So somebody saying, listen, this is rock bottom. This is the worst Cane team I ever seen. Then I don't know. Maybe you must be less than 25 years old or something. I don't know. But I've seen it bad. I've seen it
By
bad.
the way, guys, the week after we beat UCLA.
Yeah. And we all know
49-45. My first game at the Orange Bowl was amazing. But here's the difference though. In '98, when we got blown out by Syracuse, we were on like a 6-7 game winning streak. Edgerrin James put on probably the best 2 months of any running back I've ever seen at Miami, because he had a really bad game against Virginia Tech where he fumbled a few times. But then he played some of the best football I've ever seen at Miami for 2 months.
Right.
Get blown out by Syracuse. And then the UCLA game, we were actually down 38-21 with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. And I'm telling you, something magical happened. But that's a little bit different, but there was progress. Like, you could tell Butch was making progress that year.
Right. But when we talk about low, Butch was 5-6, right? One time. What was Butch's lowest record?
5-6 his third year. We ran out of players.
Yeah. So don't talk. So don't talk to me about. Right. Don't talk to me about 1 second. And don't talk to me about this the lowest the Canes have ever been. We've seen it bad, and we've seen it bad. We've seen it bad when we didn't accept losing 3 games. But I've said this before. 2 years ago, Norvell took over Florida State, and y'all remember it went bad. Dudes was on Twitter. They were saying he was racist. All type of crap. Norvell first year, right? And we beat them 52-10 in 2020. And then after that, this is Norvell's record. 3-6, 5-7. This is his first winning season at Florida State. Right? This is Mario's first year. He went out there, he got his ass whooped. The reason I think Mario taking beat downs like this is because I think Mario was handed a program where he was like, hey, Mario, guess what? We finna change the University of Miami. And Mario was like, listen, in order for me to come, we got to change everything and how we do everything. I don't think Mark Rick signed up for that. I don't think Manny signed up for that. I don't think Randy, Coker, none of them signed up for, hey, we finna change the way the program look and rebuild this shit.
X.
Okay. What's up?
So listen. So what Mario is doing, right or wrong, me and Cal talked about this last night. He's went in here and he said, "Oh, this house got to be torn down. There's termites in the wall. You can't build on top of this."
Hey, Streeter.
It done got ugly.
Streeter, do you remember in 1989? I'm a Jimmy Johnson historian. I love that guy. But he actually said when he took over the Cowboys after the 88 year, he said, I could have won 5 or 6 games with that roster.
Preach.
And he said, you know what, though?
Preach.
And when he saw Randy White trying to do wind sprints in mini camp, he said, Randy, you know you're a Hall of Fame. You got to get out of here. We're going to hurt you with the way we're going to practice. They still had Ed Too Tall Jones. I think Danny White may have still been on the roster. And he just decided after about 4 games, they said, you know, Herschel Walker is our one guy that can really play right now. We're going to trade Herschel, but I'm going to take my lumps. So, and again, I'm not drawing a complete comparison, but if this is our version of 1-15 to expedite the process, I'll take it. Because I've been through this. Like, we've been through this. But sometimes to actually make real progress, you have to reach the lowest point. Because the worst thing you can be is mediocre. Because now you're just going in neutral. Sometimes you would rather be absolutely terrible to get to where you really want to be. And I'm hearing that there's going to be a mass exodus, a flat-out purge of our roster going in and out.
Yeah. Well, how I look at it, too, when Butch Davis took over the UM, remember he took over the Dennis Erickson team. He still had some, that was a pretty good team his first season.
Yep.
But when the scholarship limits came, and then a lot of players started leaving early to go to the draft and stuff like this, he only got a certain amount of scholarship to recruit. You get the 5 and 6 team. But guess what? A lot of the people who started coming saying we're gonna buy into what Butch Davis is telling us because for one, he's a good talent evaluator. That's probably his best thing he has as a coach. They bought into what happened. 97, oh yeah, another bad season. 98, 99, things starting to look good. 2000 come, we should have been in the championship game. And then he leaves, but most of the staff was still there besides Greg Schiano. Greg Schiano, he left, but most of the staff was there. Next you know, they win the championship. Butch built that.
Yep.
Brick by brick, you know what I'm saying? And everybody just expecting Mario to come in and just say, well, Mario, you got to do this right away.
Actually, if you go back to Butch, in 1998, our defense fell apart late. And Butch had to make a really tough decision. We had a coordinator by the name of Bill Miller, who was an old friend of Butch's. And after the Syracuse, UCLA, and the NC State game, where I think we gave up like a total of 150 points in 3 games, he had to get rid of Bill. He hated to do it. Bill was a good coach, went on to other places like Michigan State, and that's when he brought in Schiano. So these things are never in a straight line. They're never perfect. I get the sense that Mario's already at that point with Gaddis, unfortunately. So we got to be able to look at the big picture. This thing was never going to be easy, and it was probably never going to be quick.
Right.
I don't think.
Right. Go ahead.
I don't think like the fans expect Mario to come in and be Superman, but I do think they expect him to rally the troops. You don't lose against Middle Tennessee.
They thought he was supposed to be. They wanted him to be Thanos. They wanted him to take over right now. We're gonna take over the whole college platform. But yeah, I agree. You can't lose to Middle Tennessee State. You can't lose to Duke. You can't go out there
by
and
any
let Florida
means
State,
necessary.
yeah, you
Losing
can't
3
let
straight
Florida State
home
beat you
games.
like that. You can't
Right.
let Florida State beat you like that. You
I
can't.
think it's how they losing is the issue.
Yeah.
Like how they look while losing. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yep.
Alabama lost looking good last night. You know what I'm saying? I could take that loss 5 times in a row. You know what I'm saying? But it's how you losing. You know what I'm saying? You don't compete.
Yeah.
It's like you're not rallying the troops. That's the biggest issue I think the fans have. How you losing, how you look while losing. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you know, Mayor Streeter, we probably said it already that, you know, we know Mario is tough. He's a tough coach. You know what I'm saying? I think Mario could say some things to the players and it could kind of, you know, if you ain't got that tough skin, you know, them players just be like, man, all right, coach done said something to me and I'm kind of give up. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the nature of it. You know what I'm saying? That's like, I always make this comparison. Like, I remember going to a basketball camp and when I kept seeing Bobby Knight, I just felt terrified of him because I'm like, man, I know he finna say something to me that I'm not gonna like. So I was like, man, let me back up. I don't even want to be close to him. But some players just don't have that tough skin where, you know, Mario say something to them, man, it's over. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but, you know, it's a horrible season, man, to be 4-5. The games we lost, we just, you know, shouldn't have lost. Florida State just outright beat us bad. You know what I'm saying? Middle Tennessee State, we just shit the bed. Duke, shit the bed. Texas A&M should have been one. You know, it's like.
So I have a question.
What's up?
Do you think those teams is better than us, player for player, better than us, or are we getting out coached, or they just a better effort?
They're not better. They're not.
They give you better effort.
It's an effort thing.
Yeah,
they're not better.
They're
They're not better than us. I mean, it's like I've been saying it. I mean, what you see is all the way back to Middle Tennessee. I mean, what you see is Mario, hard-nosed dude, has came in and said, hey, this is bad. And if we're going to start over with new cars, new shoes, new shiny stuff, we're just going to start over. And why he's choosing to do it like that, I don't know. But that's how he's choosing to do it. And you can see a lot of players, it has rocked their, you know what I'm saying? It has shook them up. Some of them look like they don't think football fun no more. But it's like it's an overhaul. Now, do I get to wear my Rooster shirt again? The Rooster.
I'm glad he played a little bit. Rooster needs to be used because he gives us some twitch and some explosiveness on the offense.
He's a tough kid, man. For him to get benched last week and come back, he's a tough kid, man. He's a Fort Lauderdale Hurricane.
Rooster needs to be used as our backfield threat. Get him out into the screen game. Get him down the seams. I think he's been misused a lot of his career. I'm not all the way down on Rooster. I want to make a point about some of these comments. Guys, no one's making excuses. We are not excusing what's happening this year. This year for Mario, and I'm a big Mario guy, I would not give him a passing grade. We're not making excuses, but two things can be true. And Streeter, I want to point something out. I said this. What is often rewarding is not fun, but what is often fun is not rewarding. If you actually talk to guys at Clemson, Alabama, Ohio State, the real elite programs, they'll tell you football is an MFer. Do you think those guys are having fun? This ain't Camp Good Times. And that's, I think, that these players have to realize. The days of the Manny Diaz fun camp are over. Because if you want to be one of those elite programs, you have to make sacrifices. And a lot of those guys will tell you in private, man, we don't even like football that much anymore, but we understood why we had to do it. Right. That's what I think a lot of our guys are going through. Again, what is often fun is not rewarding, and what is often rewarding is not fun. That's the sacrifice of being on a championship level program.
Right.
I
just got a text from my Hurricane Legend Corner. I get texts from some of these legends that watch us, and they said rotating players is an issue. Rotating your defensive alignment is normal.
Right.
Say we had 9 to 10 defensive linemen rotating in 2021.
Yeah, that's not an issue, but I don't think many of us are complaining about that.
I seen a comment somebody made. They say, "Oh, Manny Diaz was losing game close, and y'all still wanted him gone. Mario getting blown out, and y'all still in Mario we trust."
X don't.
No. I just want to
Don't
say.
even.
Listen.
Don't even.
You get Mario. You get this new. I just found out this might be 5-story football facility. You get the extra yards IPF. You get the money invested into the program. What more do y'all? What more do y'all really want to talk about Manny for?
I mean, some fans just want to see wins on Saturday, and I understand that.
We all want to see it. You know what I'm saying?
We want to see it. That's it. But that's it. That's it.
We want to be like James Winston. We want to eat that W.
Nobody up here on this panel. Me, Kim, KB. Anybody who want to see Manny back up here, that person just want to see a win on Saturday, and then they want to go. They want to go. I don't know, play putt or something. That person ain't really paying attention, because anybody who want to see Manny back up here or want to compare the two things, it's just the person that want to see a W. That's it.
Yeah, the bottom line is with Manny Diaz, and I have nothing against him, and I'm not one of those people that brings him up every 5 minutes. I think our ceiling with Manny Diaz was always been 9-3, maybe a 10-2. At least with Mario, I believe the ceiling can be better. Look at that Oregon team this year. Okay, that team, since week 1, they've improved, and they are now a top 6-7 team. But I will say this about Mario, and I showed you some old tweets that I had 12 months ago, guys. I put it in our that group meet chat. My one concern that dovetails with one another, my one concern with Mario, is offensive approach and game day management. Those things, I wish you would actually look at certain offenses. You can be both fun and productive and physical. I just hope he doesn't try to be physical to a point of having this boring, methodical offense. With the type of athletes we can recruit,
right,
we should not have to play a boring, grinding offense. Yeah. That's my view.
We should look similar to Tennessee. Not that high power, because of course, but we should look similar to Tennessee.
I mean, Tennessee have been recruiting a lot better than Miami, and I'm not saying that if you just going off the star system, they have been putting the right players in their program, so that's the thing. Everybody keeps screaming like, oh well, we shouldn't look this bad. Like Mario trying to identify the right guys that he wants to fit what they plan on doing on the field.
Right.
The way that Miami been recruiting, we've been recruiting off maybe recruiting sites. Like these coaches now are getting out there and recruiting on their own. You know what I'm saying? They not going off no recruiting site.
Right.
It's a big difference. It's a lot of coaches that go off recruiting site, and that's not a good job. You know what I'm saying?
And I agree, but I mean, like you said, you got to get your guys. But I mean, not to name drop, but a guy like DJ Ivey, man, I don't think he just that guy. As a 5th-year senior, I don't think he just that guy. You know what I'm saying? I think you let a younger player get in and mess up. You know what I'm saying? Because the things that he doing, how he get beat, our Blaze, like them not your guys. I'd rather put my guys in who I recruited, and I lose with my guys. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to build it all down, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to build it all down, tear it all down and build it back up the right way. But I don't think you go out with the old players doing what the younger players could do. You know what I'm saying? And Flag, he had a decent first half, but Flag is awful, man. Flag don't he hit the wrong gap. I don't know who he played, man. One time he had a quarterback sack. It's like he went the opposite way of the quarterback, man. Like I don't know, like Flag, Ivy, we got too many old players doing younger player things. So why not play the younger players?
From this point on, I want to see Wesley Basaint every play.
Bingo.
That's my view. Seriously.
Bingo.
Wesley is one of the few guys that when he hits somebody, the running back goes backwards. Mario always talks about we need knockback defenders. That's a fancy way of saying when a guy hits you, you get knocked backwards. Wesley is one of the few guys, watch him when he tackles, there's actually an impact where the running back or the ball carrier goes backwards. Let's get him out there 60 plays from here on out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Wesley, he's not fully healthy either. He's not fully healthy. So I would love for him to be on the field most of the time, but can't have him out there if he's not fully healthy all the time. So.
And I love
That's this season. That's the season. Half of the team isn't fully healthy. Is one of those seasons where like you like, well, how the hell who that was got hurt yesterday, and I just put my head down like, God damn, it's every week it's somebody new.
Didn't John Campbell get hurt in warm-ups?
Yep.
God, dog.
And it's like our players just soft, man. Like just soft. Like I don't know.
Hey, by the
man.
way, Streeter, how's Zion Nelson's agent Itis going? I still hear he has it, right?
Now, we saw Zion yesterday, man. Zion looked like he's hurt again, bro. He was walking real timid on them still. We also saw Chase.
I really hope. Let me just say this, guys, and I have nothing against Zion. He's been a pretty good player. But if his agent really cared about him, he'd say, "Look, Zion, you've got no tape. You've got to get back out there. There's no NFL team that's going to really draft him. Do you honestly, guys, take the fact he plays for us? Do you think he's even a 5th-round draft choice right now?"
I think if they going off of his last 2 seasons, yeah, he'd probably be like a 5th rounder, 5th, 6th round.
You think so, X?
Yeah, because I mean he's a good pass blocker.
Yeah,
he is. He's bad at running. He's bad at run blocking. He's good pass blocking. He's bad at run blocking. So you're not going to get no 1st-round draft pick that's not good at run blocking. He's going to be good at both. He's only good at one, and that's why I felt like he should have. Well, if he could have been playing this year, he needed to play to prove that he has improved at run blocking. But so,
I don't know, bro. I see this come. Let me see the comment. I put a comment up here. Newkirk 499. Newkirk say Mario needs to tell James to start wrapping up or switch the linebacker. If not, he needs to transfer and keep Flag off the field. Dang, we're gonna transfer James. Shout out for appreciate the 499, Newkirk. We're gonna transfer James, Newkirk.
He said it about me.
So how do we rate? So listen. How do we rate safeties? Wait up, Mario said, okay. Shout out to Quam, Archie. I ain't know. I saw another $5. With the $5, Mario said from day one, this was going to be a total rebuilding job. We didn't listen. We thought it was just coach talking. It's worse than first believed. Yeah, that's Mario's exact words. He said it was worse than he thought when he got here. But the top safeties in college football, right? Now this is just top safety because we already did James' recruiting class. Brandon Joseph, Notre Dame. I got a site saying he's the number 1 safety. Jordan Battle, number 2 safety. Number 3 safety, Jalen Cantlin at Arkansas. Jordan Battle, we know he's from Alabama, St. Thomas kid. That's a South Florida kid balling. For that guy who was saying that South Florida kids don't be doing nothing. Let's see. If you look at this guy that they're saying the top safety in college football, Brandon Joseph. Been in college for 4 years. This year he has, I don't know, maybe he was hurt. How many games he played? He has 27 total tackles, 1 interception. Let's see how many games he played. Oh, I don't know. Looks like he played the whole season. The next one, Battle. We know who Jordan Battle is. Jordan Battle this season so far has 45 total tackles, no interceptions, 1 pass deflection. The last guy on that list, Anthony Cook, looked like he out of Texas. Anthony Cook has 25 tackles, no interceptions. Well, he has 44 total tackles, no interceptions. James Williams. Now, let me see. Anthony Cook, this is his 5th year. Jordan Battle, this is his 4th year. James Williams, this is his 2nd year. He has 37 tackles, 1 interception. When we say we're going to tell James to transfer, I just wanted to make the point that statement there is weird. That's all. I just wanted to make that point. I know he may be not to the eye. He maybe do things like last night he tried to hit somebody with his shoulder. Still got a targeting call, right? his shoulder, I thought, and he still got a targeting call.
I
I miss that? We were walking in. Did I see that wrong? Because I was walking in the tunnel at that time.
But you
didn't see it wrong. You didn't see it wrong.
I actually think Kitchens is our best safety, but James has the most upside, like the most potential of what can be.
That's a good way to put that. I haven't heard anybody say it that way. I just think people have high hopes with James, and because he was a 5-star, and we losing, and
I think it's more so of what he did last year, though. How he came on. He came on strong last year, so people expect him to build off that.
Too. He had his issues last year too. So listen, we're gonna get ready to get up out of here, man, because we've been here way too long. Kim, man, we appreciate you, homie. All right.
Oh, absolutely. Good spending some time with you. Let's keep the faith. We just we're fans. It'll be later greater, as one of you guys tweeted, and yesterday was kind of one of those moments we're gonna look back at and laugh. It is what it is. We got some more games. I'd like to see the youth movement, but I just want everyone to know there's no excusing Mario and this staff's performance. We're not doing that. But with that said, I still have great faith because I've said it. If we can't get it done with Mario, we might as well take Sports Illustrated's advice and shutter the football program. But look, I still have great faith. It's just going to take a little bit of time.
Yeah, I ride with Mario, man. I trust him. I trust his vision for the program. Just talking to, like I say, man, just talking to recruits, man. When I ask recruits about Coach Mario, man, they start, certain times when you talk to recruits, you ask about the coach, they'll smile, laugh, giggle. When you ask them about Coach Mario, they seem to get real serious to talk. Like, man, I love Coach Mario. Parents say the same thing. It's like, so if he could get these recruits, he's getting these parents to believe in his vision. I'm going to still believe in his vision also. You know what I'm saying? Because I just think he's our guy to clean it up. You know what I'm saying? He's cleaned up a mess. You ever been to one of those houses who just got a whole bunch of crap around, and you got to be like, man, it's going to take some time to clean up this stuff, man.
Hoarders on Lifetime Network.
You see what I'm saying? So he got to clean it up, man, and how many months he's been here? He hasn't even been here for it yet, so it's 9-10 months he's been here. He couldn't clean it up that fast. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, man. We're 4-5, a disappointing season, man. Mario and the staff, the players, very disappointed. No excuses for us to be 4-5. But as I tweeted, it gets greater later, man. It's going to get greater later. We just have to go through the suffering pain this year, obviously. Let them get a whole nother full year, full spring with certain players who will be back. See what's going to happen with the coaching staff situation. I don't know what's going to go on with that, but things get better, man. Things get better.
Yeah, I think Mario the guy, man. Only thing is, I think rallying the all-star coaching staff, I don't think that was the best idea because sometimes everybody don't mesh. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when everybody think they the guy, it's kind of hard for the players to know who to listen to. You know what I'm saying? But I think Mario is the guy, and we just got to get some coaches who going to teach the kids. Because I think we getting the kids, but they not developing the kids. If you look at good programs, they develop kids. You know what I'm saying? I think developing the kids is the vital part of developing a good program.
Right. Appreciate you, big homie, man, with your input, Devin, all right?
I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Call in anytime, man. But all right, man, let's get ready to get up out of here, bro.
All right, guys. Have a good Sunday, fellas.
Peace.
Yo. All right, man, 786-405-9499. If y'all want to get down with IOD Squad, if you're trying to learn about crypto investing, we got a bunch of information on there. We're actually going to have a little squad get together tonight. Nobody's making nobody excuses for nothing. It's just my foresight of what I see. What I see out on that field, I'm not blaming the offensive side or defensive side because it looked like it's deep-rooted And the only thing I could think of is that a bomb has been dropped in the locker room because this is a total rebuild. Mario and them are focused on what's coming in, recruiting kids that's coming in. And whatever bomb that was dropped, it rubbed some players wrong. Some players may transfer. Some players may tough it out, get better from it. Leonard Taylor just said he had to talk to him and his mom. You know what I'm saying? He had to talk with him and his mom. But it's not excuses. Mario don't let me borrow no money. I ain't got to make no excuses for him. I'm just telling you what I see. I try to make logical assessments of things. Like I sit back and I say, listen, this is what this looks like. Do they look like they having fun? No, they don't look like they having fun. That's on Mario. It all starts with him. Nothing starts with Josh Gaddis. No, they don't look like they having fun, but a lot of kids have probably been rubbed wrong. Some coaches probably have been rubbed wrong. And what you see is I guess him trying to get the staff and his kids together, the right kids in there. And it's ugly, dog. It is ugly. Last night was ugly in front of a packed crowd. Them people was going at halftime. And I can only imagine, dog, nobody feel worse than him. I came home and got ready to do a show. Like I can only imagine nobody feel worse than him because it's his face on it. And I think he could turn it around. But I also think he has some things that he has to look in the mirror about too. So all right, man. I'm D. Don't put off tomorrow something you could do today. The rest of your life could be seconds away. I'm out of here.